Hello everyone and welcome back finally to the first edition podcast with Greater Gem, Randolph, Pokérand and Connor and Tom.
We're not dead.
No, you are alive. I can confirm, guys. They are still alive. You know something really awkward happened when you guys were gone, right? So I did the What's Good podcast with Simon and he was like, right, let's go, let's start. And I literally said, yo, what's up guys, welcome back to the first edition podcast.
No, you didn't. Oh no.
And I was like, oh sorry.
Beautiful.
I was like, that's my Pokemon podcast. And the worst part is I was like, oh, I'll do it again. He's like, you can do it again, but that's staying in the podcast. So that was actually in the podcast.
Oh no!
Oh man.
Oh, that's some good promotion, though.
That is
Yeah.
good promotion.
Yeah,
Let us
it
know in
is.
the comments down below if you've came from the mistake on the What's Good podcast.
Yeah, well, they would have if we actually posted videos.
Yo, look.
But no, it's been a busy period. You guys have been swamped, right? Obviously, for those who are living under a rock, a lot of changes at PSA, price changes, and you guys just closed for a bit to get the backlog sorted, right?
Yeah.
Get the backlog sorted. Get all the prices honoured. You know, there was a
Yeah.
lot of money on the line, a lot of cards on the line.
We had an
so
army.
We had to do it properly, get it all out. So happy with
Social distancing was definitely followed.
it. Why have you said it like that, man? Like,
Oh, you said
someone from the.
you said an army. I thought you said Nami. I was like, what's Nami? But you said an army. An army of staff, you know, of people getting these cards sent out. But
Human beings.
are you doing well?
Yeah, we've slept now. We've eaten now.
You had some food?
I think I've had a drink once.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's all good now. Everything's sorted.
I feel a
Perfect.
lot better about where we're gonna go now. Like I feel like that was the last test.
The Bahamas.
Yeah, I feel like that we've just
Yeah.
gone through the worst test, and now we should come into holidays and dream.
Yeah, guys, if you thought we were busy in November, you should have seen us in March.
Yeah, well, I mean, until
We weren't even open.
until they release the 25th anniversary set in October, and then there'll be another reality check. Especially when, right, the worst part is, if they actually do get the supply sorted, which they might for that set, then God bless the entire world.
I got a binder, thinking about that, actually. I got the binder with the Pikachu. I'm happy about it. Very happy about that. Yeah. Have you got one yet?
Oh no, I didn't get one. No, I didn't. I've been like a rebel recently, man. I've been like, I don't want to be the first to get anything. I don't know. I'm stepping on landmines. Everything I do now is just scrutinized left, right, and center. So I'm like, you know what? I've been up in sports, man. Like, I've been up in sports, left, right, and center.
Mate, I wanted that card.
Oh, I
If
can't
you
believe,
didn't take that
can't
off the
believe
market,
you've opened
that was my card.
I don't even know who it was, but it's a basketball card, so I'm going to say it's Zion Williamson.
No, but I've got
it's
Steph
not.
Curry's
Oh, God.
VTech brother here, Seth Curry. That's horrible.
That's a bit hard. This clip is called Randolph Calls Out Professional NBA Star.
Wait, that'll probably get clicks.
Yeah, probably will.
We'll do that.
Yeah,
We'll use that.
they'll say, all right, yeah, at least I'm making
Distract
millions in the
season.
NBA. What's your fat ass doing, sitting there sulking all the time?
Bloody hell, harsh.
Yeah, man.
But I got
That's
one of
it,
one.
Seth
I got
Curry,
a one of
jeez.
one signed card, which I think is something that sports do really well compared to Pokemon. Like, it's literally stamped one of one, so there's literally one in the world. Imagine if
Yes.
Shiny Charizard came out and it was like numbered to 100 and there's only 100 ever. It'd break the market, mate.
I have input the same one of one card to PSA multiple times.
There's not.
I whenever it's coming back, it's getting sold and getting cracked because it keeps going to PSA, that one card.
Oh, you're saying
Until
it's
gets to
actually
10, it just keeps going back.
I've seen the
thought-
same
yeah,
card 3 times
wow.
and it's called one of one. And I'm like, well, I've seen you before.
yeah. I've traced you. Imagine if
I've seen
cards
you over
came
the
with.
last 3 years.
Imagine if cards came with like a certain number, like as if PSA cards. That'd be mental, right?
Why would you need to grade
Certain
them?
ones do.
Yeah, there you go.
What?
Well, then Pokemon, it's sports if you watch it. If you want to put Greater Gem out of business, just put certain ones on your cards.
Please don't do that.
No, don't do that.
We had another one come through recently that had diamonds in it as well.
Yeah,
Sports cards with diamonds in.
that's so sick. Yeah,
Like, imagine that with a Pokemon card. Like, instead of just being glittery, it was actually like diamond flake or something.
yeah.
on top of it.
Charizard's breathing fire and it's just lava. Like it's just like old like rocks
Actual
from like
lava.
from like 3 million years ago, like implanted into the card.
This pack is hot. Ow.
This pack contains the bones of a real Charizard, guys. You know, buy it now.
That'd be pretty sick.
Would be sick. But the boxes are super
Charizard's
expensive as
not
well.
real.
What? My life
Aren't some of the
crumbled.
boxes like retail like thousands of dollars?
Yeah, £2,000.
Like
You get like
retail.
six cards, but these cards are all signed. You know, they're all you got a basketball in it. You've got a piece of the floor that they played on in the card. It's meant
Hardwood heroes and stuff like that. Yeah.
but sports is just a different beast, man. The whole like the whole conversation in Pokemon right now with retail. You know, I think basketball is just gone. You don't really, it doesn't exist really. Like it does still. Like you still get the people in the shops like beating each other up to get it.
It's always good to watch.
Yeah, they should create a sport. UFC just gonna hire
And then we can
people
get
at
the
the targets.
cards.
Yeah.
We can get the cards of people fighting over the cards.
Oh, one of one.
So Panini do a
Prison.
Black Friday set, right?
Yeah.
Which is like special, like super limited edition stuff they release
Only at
only
retail.
for Black Friday.
Yeah.
So I think they should do ones of the year before where people are fighting on Black Friday, and they should be like Margaret from Walmart and just like punching a kid or something.
It gets
as a
proper
card.
Maybe not a kid, but yeah, I'm down for that. But yeah, there's retail boxes, you know, there's hobby boxes, you know, they've been here for that's why you know, Pokemon. I think Pokemon's got in its infancy in terms of that side of things, you know.
Can't do that with a playable game though.
That's the issue. That's the issue. You know, basketball, you don't play it, you just look at it. Whereas I think Pokemon is that's where a lot of the issues are coming from. It's a collectible as well as a TCG. A game, so it's tough for them to balance it, you know.
Maybe they should have some more of a separation then. Release
They
products
should.
that are only for collectors, and products that are only
maybe
for
they
players
should
and
have
stuff.
products which are more exclusive.
I think they do that though, right? They do in a sense do that. So the full arts or the special cards always have a base card that's not hard to get. You know what I'm saying? It's like Tyranitar Full Art V. Tyranitar Alternate Art V is obviously it's now standing at like quite high. Whereas the regular V card is still, you know, £2, £3, £4, £5, right? So it's like they still have that, but then again, the boxes don't have that, you know. The box
Yeah,
could
but if
contain
that was
either.
a die cut or it's a clear card, you'd definitely notice that in your deck, wouldn't you, when you're trying to bling play? Why is that one card shaped like a star?
You know,
Yeah.
Magic. You know, Magic. They've done collectors boxes.
Yeah.
And you can only get particular showcase foils in these collector's boxes. Why don't they do collector's boxes, which are double the price of booster boxes, but you can get the alt arts in them? So
How
the
would you know about this, Mr. Connor?
Huh?
About showcase foils and Magic the Gathering?
Ah, very good, very good.
Got a friend called
but
Tom.
yeah, no, but honestly, collector's boxes, like they've worked in Magic because they've been able to put the player base with the normal boosters,
Can you
and then
imagine?
the alt arts and all the weird stuff. they put
Godzilla
into collector's-
X Charizard card.
Right, yeah,
Something like
but
that'd be sick.
I think
Yeah.
that could work because you'd have double the retail, and you'd have a smaller box for people to go after.
I'd go higher than double.
I'm
that's
sure.
what
I'm sure this
Magic
conversation is
does.
probably
What Magic
happening,
does.
right? I'm sure Pokemon are
Yeah,
sat
but-
there like now looking at like what can we do to fix this. So
Magic's double retail, but you only get 12 packs instead of 36. So it's actually like 6x.
am I right in saying Magic doesn't even have retail, or does it?
Yeah, it does.
Okay.
It's just crap. But
Okay.
Cosmic Eclipse comes out, and those alternate arts everyone's after aren't in the main retail box. So then you have to get a collector's display.
Well, isn't
I
Hidden
think
Fates
that
that though?
pushes a lot of people.
Isn't Hidden Fates pretty much that? Like all the SV cards are reprints,
Yeah,
right?
that's
But
very
shiny versions that have been available in the entire Sun and Moon pre that. And I swear in Hidden Fates itself there was like no playable cards in the actual base set, like Clefairy, Ekans, Snapback is my guy. But Shining Fates is different though. Shining Fates, they did put all the playable cards from the Sword and Shield so far. They put in the base Shining Fates. So I don't know what they're doing. And again, we spoke about this before, right? It's just demand's crazy. It's just through the roof everywhere.
It doesn't matter what they put out. People can buy it right now. Like it could be anything. I don't think it's going to sort the issue out.
I was very tempted to buy the like $300 super long Meowth plush.
That's so nice.
You
Yeah.
see it on the Pokemon Center?
Yeah,
It's like
that's
this
all those
tall.
things, man. That thing, the Gengar. I tried to get a figure. There's a Charizard figure I tried to get. I got the Master Ball at least. I managed to get the Master Ball. I think someone from
nice.
America. I've not got it yet, but DJ from America, he's sending it me over. Like I sent it to his address and he sent it to mine. I got some
Hey,
of the
DJ.
Pokeballs. No,
Was it
DJ
Steve Aoki?
DJ Gigabyte. Shout out, DJ Gigabyte is a good guy. But yes, we just love Pokemon, innit? People love Pokemon. People love sports cards. People love, at the minute, everything. Hobby, the chips, right? The graphics cards, cars, Bitcoin.
Anything that you can do that doesn't involve going outside is in a boom.
Cards
Yeah.
definitely
Anything.
require
It doesn't matter
going
what it is.
outside.
Video games, card games, like anything. Huh?
I said cars require going outside.
Yeah, but like you can stay in your car and do 140 miles per hour. It doesn't really matter.
No, you can't. That's illegal, boys and girls.
Yeah, sure thing, Tom.
and you can self isolate yourself in the car. You know,
Yeah, exactly. So there's
drive
no
around,
issue
see
there.
the hills,
Yeah.
nice views.
Yeah, just don't get caught by the police because you're not meant to be driving at the moment.
Are you not?
Are you not?
No, not if it's not for like a essential purpose.
Oh, well,
Sorry, the traffic
officer,
man
I don't even own a car. I don't own a car. I was presuming.
That's mad. No, yeah, I think at the moment, like Pokemon's in this state of array where
The
anything
whole
and
world's a
everything.
mess. Everyone's a bit excited. It's like, you know, when you're at home when you're a kid and you're in these summer holidays, but it rains and you're inside all day and you're like, what can I do? I'm bored. I don't know what to do. I can't go out with my friends. That's what adults are feeling now, but they've got money.
Yeah.
You're all crazy.
Yeah, we're just trying to figure out something to do, man. Spend money somewhere, you know, and again, Pokemon's I think that one of the ideal collectibles now, because, you know, the age that we're at, or the age Pokemon's at, 25 years anniversary, you know, the age of any 25-year-old now is remembering those days when they were a kid opening Pokemon cards, and Pokemon's still going. You can still get a Charizard, and it's shiny, you know, and it's worth £100. Like, oh, get me involved, you know. That's what people are doing. Oh, you can put it in a case and get it professionally graded. That's cool. You know, let me send some off.
That's the thing. I don't blame any individual. Like, no. It's not an individual's fault. It's the whole state. Like, it's the whole drama around it. I think it's unfair to like blame an individual, because if that one person didn't do it, someone else would do it anyway.
I blame Groudon.
Yes, it's all my
fault.
fault.
What a guy, man. No, but I agree. I think, and that's we'll talk about my video later on in the podcast. But when I made my video talking about it, the whole point was like, guys, let's just try and like bring some positivity here. Like, let's just realize that the demand is crazy. Instead of blaming each other, instead of like, you know, scalpers are doing their thing. Yeah, let's not shine a light on those at all. But let's try and ignore that. You know what I'm saying? Let's try and, you know, shine a light on people who are doing good things. Let's try and shine a light on what we can. Just to be positive, because, you know, it doesn't help anyone to be negative, right? So let's try and just allow the demand, because that's where we're at right now. You know, allow companies to figure out the supply. And until they do, let's just stay strong, and let's not go and beat each other up. Let's not do all this, and just try and have fun in what we can. And, you know, and I'll make some videos in the future, and we'll talk about this later on as well, where like there's still an opportunity to collect cards, to play the game, to find cards around. You just got to look again, do what you've been doing, Connor, in your collection history, and just go off the beaten path. You know what I'm saying? If everyone's looking at Shining Path or Hidden Fates, see what else you can find. You know.
100%. It's ridiculous how cheap some cards are. If you look for the right cards, which sets which you maybe wouldn't have thought straight away, oh, I'll go after that one. Yeah. Maybe don't. If you see a set on Instagram, I'll just go, nah, I don't want that one immediately. Yeah. Like, there's so much out there that you can go for. It
makes no sense at the moment, because you can either pick up Ultra Modern, or you can pick up Watsy Commons and stuff like that for the same price.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Okay, I'll go for those then.
But some of the bits in between, like black and white, they've just been totally forgotten about.
Oh, if you can find black and white PSA 10s, buy them, because they don't exist.
Anything PSA is expensive, but you could still collect raw cards.
Oh, like, if you get a binder set of all the black and white full arts or something.
I've been doing that. I've been doing binder sets again. My brother's been doing binder sets. Even he was saying, like, now he'll see people on Facebook or something they'll say they'll buy 3 Shining Fates boxes, right? ETVs. Open it all. And if they don't pull a Charizard, they'll just sell the rest on. Well, it's like, well, then if everyone just you know, looked away from Charizard for a sec, what can you find? You can find stuff, you know. Even Hidden Fates, you know, it's set that people are struggling to find. We've been trying to sell it at retail. Sold a lot of them at retail, but at the end of the day, you know, we're struggling because we can't get it out of the hands of the wrong people. But go on eBay, you know, there's like a £2 baby shiny. What? That's amazing. Put it in your binder, you know, collect that and collect it. You know, I think it's tough.
Sometimes it's like people are just going for the one chase card or the couple of chase cards, and then if they don't get that, then the product's worthless to them.
Yeah, but
Champion's Path, look at that.
What's the point?
Yeah,
well, that was worthless.
Yeah, exactly. Blue thing, stupid. Champion's Path, perfect example. That set was unbelievably hyped. I think that's where the first lot of like allocations started happening. That's where many stores started to realize, oh, we actually can't get what we want to get here. Darkness Blaze was a little bit of that, but Champion's Path.
You could get Darkness Blaze.
Yeah, you could get that. Yeah, you could get it. You could and Rebel Clash, Sword of Shield. You could get as many as you want. Wanted to get
Rebel Clash, you could probably still get.
Still, yeah, we've got blisters on the store. Don't sell, but like realistically,
where's that again? Can you let us know the URL?
Oh, Pokeran.net. Check it out. Doing well and enjoying it. I've got a lot of stuff on there, a lot of variety now. But yeah, besides the point, it's like this. Just don't go after what everyone's after, because that's where the negativity is as well, because they're desperate for it. You know, go and find something else. Go and see what else you can get. You know, and it does suck that you can't get cards, but you know.
And at the end of the day, those things that everyone's chasing now will become available in the future. Like, the hype will die off for that one day. Even if you're 55, one day, no one's going to care about Shining Fates and go and get it then. Like, there's always time. I think a lot of people forget that.
You're close to that age as well.
Yes, mate.
You're older than me and Randolph
so
right now.
You're only a month
We're
behind,
both
mate.
26. And you're 27.
Unlucky, mate. Boomer.
Talking about numbers. Talking about numbers.
Yep.
What about a number like 500,000? 500,000 cards a week, that is.
PSA.
Great segue there by Tom, Base Set Tom.
Absolutely, Tom.
So there's 500. So PSA put out this whole blog post.
Well, it wasn't even just PSA. It was Joe Orlando.
Joe Orlando, the
big
CEO.
man, real boy. PSA. I don't think that's his official job title.
So he did a Connor or a Randolph style update where he looks straight into the camera.
Come on.
And he flirts with you with his eyes.
He had rain coming down the CGI, apology video.
And he basically said in this blog post, and quite rightly so, we can't go any faster because we've got to do it properly. We don't want to wreck the PSA brand. And we're receiving 500,000 cards in a week.
It's a demand problem.
Which is 2 million a month, right?
Which is the same they used to receive last year in 3 months.
Yeah.
So a week into 3 months. What?
Well,
not even a full week. 5 business days.
Yeah.
Business week.
Well, business days in general is one thing where people forget about in grading anyway, right? They'll say like, 10 business days, and people will just assume business day is a weekend. But yeah, it's crazy, man. Yeah.
We don't stop, man.
But we were speaking before, and I saw an article or a blog post on PSA. It was somewhere on the website, and it still said we've graded 40 million cards, and we get 100,000 a month. And I mean, I know people or brands or stores or whatever that potentially could reach that themselves at the minute, in sports, in Pokemon somewhere,
I think that was last year, because I think their 40 millionth card was a Charizard?
The Hidden Fates, right? It was the Hidden Fates Shiny
Yeah,
Charizard.
the SV49.
Yeah.
So that would have been last year?
Well, 2019. Could have been 2019.
It could have been 2019.
We're all still living in 2020. We are we've not caught up from the demand then yet.
We haven't caught up from the lack of being outside. Yeah, I didn't see summer all winter, so I'm still saying it's spring 2020.
Yeah.
But yeah, like
maybe we should move everything to California. We should move everything to California. We'll put Pokerend right next to a Pokemon printing factory, and we'll put you guys right next to PSA.
Yeah, we'll just have it like with a corridor between us, so they can go straight to you. You can open them for customers. They can go straight to us, and then we can ship them straight to PSA.
We'll just say, PSA man, just hire more staff. Just make a new building, and we'll be in the factory.
He said that, like he said, they've got so many more staff. Like they've doubled their staff.
From 350 to 750, and they're still rapidly expanding.
Well, that's nothing. Like realistically, that's like a bit more than double. And if you think even just here, we've had to 6x.
Yeah.
So they would need to 5 or 6x.
They doubled their space from 60-odd thousand square foot, got another 60-odd thousand square foot, and then now in the process of acquiring another 50,000 square foot. And I'm not gonna lie, that's probably not even for people.
No,
that's just for boxes of cards.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Yeah. I can't say that for certain, but that'd be my guess.
The thing, I'm glad though he said, but we've got to do things properly.
Yeah.
Like it would have been so much worse if he said, we got them all input. No idea what you've got though. Like imagine if he was like, we just scooped them in.
We inputted them all as Digimon cards.
Yeah. There they are.
Well, you got to remember, like, realistically, from a business point of view, you have to take care. People will say, just hire more staff. It's not just as easy as that. In some jobs, you can just go and hire more staff because people are qualified, people know what they're doing. If we're looking for a pick and pack role, it's not too difficult to find someone who's out of work right now because there are, and all people who can just put stuff in a box. And it's more difficult than that, but they'll learn the process quite quick. With PSA, you've got to hire people who understand the brand, understand what collectibles are, get them into the you got to learn how to grade realistically. Like no matter what you've done in the past, you just have to learn that process, right? It's not difficult, but it takes time.
Yeah, when we hire someone here, like if you don't understand what a Magikarp is compared to a Weasel, then you've got an issue.
It's going to take time.
Yeah.
And I think the other big thing is PSA need to protect their brand. Imagine if they hired a grader and 1, they just got their grades totally off. 2, they graded an unauthentic card or an illegitimate card.
Big yikes.
Yeah, right. Like they can't afford for their brand to be on a case which isn't to the level they need. Like it's such a hard task they've got over there, to be fair. I don't envy them. At the end of the day, like we send them out there and we get them back.
I do wish we were based in California though, because the weather's nice.
That would be lovely.
Yeah,
but
it's the same for them all, right? Same for CGC, same VGS. It's going to be the same thing. It's same for every company out there. People are going through changes. They have to upgrade.
To be fair, CGC are happy to grade things that aren't legitimate yet. But we won't go into that.
You can't help it. You can't help it. But yeah, I mean, at Pokemon, I would love to 6x our lot, but we can't. To be fair, I do want to say, I said to them before we were on the call, before we started the podcast, we're actually starting to see stock improve now. I think
so go and buy everything.
Yeah, battle styles we're gonna get. I think we're gonna have like pretty much almost nearly everything we ordered, booster box wise, not the rest of the stuff, but booster box wise, which is a step in the right direction. We saw that they announced that a lot of things got cancelled. I'm not sure if you guys heard that. Cosmic Eclipse got cancelled. A bunch of other stuff. The reprint of it got cancelled. A bunch of other stuff, like all the Meowth collection boxes. A bunch of the different like non-booster boxes got.
Meowth collection boxes, like the old ones.
No, there's a Meowth VMAX one from Sword and Shield.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Yeah. So they just
so
announced
the one that came out at the start of Sword and Shield.
Yeah, so these are all now discontinued. Okay. I don't think they were necessarily printing it anyway, but they clarified like these things are going to be discontinued, and I assume it's to work on stuff like Battle Styles, right? The 25th anniversary set, because that's realistically where the issues lie. They have to concentrate on the brand new stuff.
Yeah, anything that's not going to their priority areas, then
I don't understand why they'd even like have to clarify it and why people are pissed off, because don't get me wrong, we'd love to open Cosmic Eclipse, wouldn't we? Like, we really would, but we're in the Sword and Shield era, we're not in the Sun and Moon era anymore. Why do we we shouldn't expect that anyway.
Yeah, those hoarding XY boxes right now are just smiling. The smile's gone from this to just they're like, you have to keep talking dirty to us.
I'm making money. That's what they're doing. But yeah, I think at the end of the day, any sealed product you kept from a year or two ago, it's like anything though, it's all gone on. Stupid. It doesn't matter. I was saying this on the video. It doesn't matter what you bought a year ago. Anything related to Pokemon, you could have bought action flips. You could have bought like coins. You could have bought anything, and it's
Build-A-Bears.
Build-A-Bears.
But even non-Pokemon, you just buy stuff, you know.
I got a Toy Story booster box the other day.
It could be anything, and it's all shot up in value. It could be a train set.
That's how little everybody cared about my Toy Story box. I said I bought a Toy Story box the other day.
I don't care. To be fair, TCG Toy Story.
You like that?
Laura's done so much Disney stuff. She bought like Lion King as well, which is really nice.
I'll send her photos later with the stuff.
No, as a good friend to Randolph, I think you should send that down so they can open it. I think as a friend, that's what you should do.
I do have something you guys can have. I think. Yeah, I do actually have.
Harry Potter.
No.
Well, what is it? I feel like it is now.
What is it?
No, it is.
I don't know what it is.
I may have a Harry Potter thing that I'll be able to give to you guys soon.
Yeah, let us know, or let Laura know.
I'll let Laura know because you're too important. So.
I'm too busy scalping, bro.
This ain't Pokemon. I don't care.
I'm too busy.
Can I make £1 million off this? No, it's not Pokemon.
Exactly. I'm too busy exploiting the community.
Yeah.
Can't do it, bro. I'm not. Harry Potter.
King Scalper.
Might as well be at this point, you know, with what people say. But no, PSA. Let's get back on track for now. Mental. 2 million. That's 2 million a month, right? If my numbers are adding up. 5 times 4.
If it's a 4-week month, yeah.
I mean, realistically, that's only going to have been their last month. Like, it's not like they've just done that one because everyone knew about the price increase. We all saw what happened to the website. Well, I guess if you didn't input your own card, you didn't. But the website was crashing a lot.
Yeah.
And then 2, like, PSA just went on this like semi-quiet lockdown, didn't they?
Mm-hmm.
Like, we were like, "Hi, PSA," and they were like, "Shh, we're busy." And it's like,
baby
sleeping. To be fair. There was also the massive storms, etc., affecting all the delivery stuff in America. So maybe they weren't like they said they were struggling to receive parcels and stuff. So maybe they had like a month's worth in a week or something like that, and that's where the numbers got. I don't know. It could be anything,
logistics is. I think like logistics is a huge. I think the average person, and not that this is not a criticism of the average person either. A lot of they don't think about or consider the logistics side of things, which is normal. Like, why would you? You don't walk around thinking, Royal Mail, I wonder how that works. Those who do will great. But not everyone does that. Everyone just wants to know, I want this Pokemon card, at my house. At Pokemon, we deal with customer service. People don't understand how it works, and that's fine. They're not supposed to, but I think the world right now is just going through a crisis, of course, with a bunch of different things, and these are being affected to the supply chain because of the lack of.
Everyone expects Amazon. That's the thing. We've become so like accustomed to Amazon. Like if you go back 20 years ago and you was ordering things out of a catalogue where you had to write into the catalogue, like you got it, you had to fill in a form with what you wanted, wait for them to get it, wait for them to process it, wait for it to come back. You might not get something for a month. But now everyone's like, I expect it same day.
Ban Amazon. That's what I'd do.
I would
ban them. But change expectations.
But they're doing such a good job, right? And they're doing such a good job because they don't pay
anyone.
Well, yeah, but they build. They don't pay. Yeah, I mean, I'm not talking about the actual business practices that they do. You know, their staff, employees. But in terms of like a business, what they're doing is what all these modern companies are doing is they're cutting out the middleman in a sense, but they're just making sure that the customer gets the service no matter what. That's what it's all about. The customer gets as much of a good service as they can because that's what they're buying. Amazon are just a fulfillment company, really. They're not a website. They're not an e-commerce store. What they are is a fulfillment company. Trying to get this product to you as fast as possible. So it's not your job. It's not the average person's job to think about what company's delivering it today. How's it going to arrive? What's the person going to be? None of this stuff. All they care about is the product. Whereas
everyone has become Hermes.
Yeah,
and that's not good.
Yeah, well, PSA now, and the same with you guys. Like you will get an whatever percentage increase of submissions but that means parcels, right? It means parcels arriving on your doorstep. It means parcels arriving on PSA's doorstep. And to do your service, you have to put these somewhere. And PSA, they might run out of places to put this. They might run out of a member of staff to grade this. That's what's happening. And it's not our jobs to think about that or to even care about that. Our job is to just send a card off and get it back. That's what we care about. But the other side of it is a reality. Like this is a real thing. With Pokemon cards, we all do like to think it's Pikachu is like a real thing. Etc. Etc. But at the end of the day, like the Pokemon companies, it's a business. They have the same. The same hours in the day that we have. The same. They don't fly around on magic carpets.
World.
They live in the real world. Yes, they have to make this. They have to go and get a factory and you have to go hire someone to print it.
I think the problem, because we're seeing these problems ourselves also, but also other companies are having to give more reality to their customers than they want to. Because realistically, you don't want to be saying there's shiny fakes, you've only got 5% allocation. You don't want that to be known if you had enough. But you have to give the reality. It's But now we're having to tell customers, actually, this is how it is. And it ain't going to get better than that because X, Y, Z. And you can either get angry at that, or you can just go, well, that's the situation. Like, it's not good for anyone. No. You know what I mean? No one's here going, PSA is doing a great job. What they're doing is they're coping. And that's all they can do right now. So I think they're right to come out and defend themselves. I think it's been a while, actually. I think they should have done it last year. I think they should have been more transparent last year. I think they're only coming out now fighting, and I think it's only now that they're starting to realise that's a good method of communication.
Well, I waited over a month for my Mew Build-A-Bear to get delivered directly from Build-A-Bear in America. Not once did I feel like, that's not good enough. I'm like, there's big storms and delays in America through the postal service. It's got to get through customs. Just got to kind of wait. That's all I got to do in it. Like, are you all right, mate?
Sorry, it went round the wrong way.
Are you okay?
Yeah, wrong.
Do you need me to pat you?
Sorry.
But see, that's right. You guys make videos, right? So do I. So our natural way of sometimes addressing customers and addressing audience is just to sit on a video and just chat. Whereas companies like PSA don't do that. It's not as easy for them to do that. I mean, it is like they can just do it, but like it's not something that they're accustomed to. It's not something that they're used to. And also, they're so big, right? They're so much bigger than we are. Amazon. You're not going to see Jeff Bezos come out and be like, "Listen, guys,
do an AMA on Twitter."
Yeah, I mean, it would be good if he did that. Actually, it would be great if he did that. But they're so big that they've got the resources to be able to just figure it out. You know what I'm saying? We can't just figure it out that quick.
Yeah, just send a PR department.
I'm sorry, Tom Young in Worcester. Your Amazon delivery didn't get to you in purpose. Imagine if Jeff Bezos was doing that.
Big list, like Santa Claus.
He's got his list. I'm sorry, it was delayed. It was because Christos couldn't get through the drive. The problem is the big companies like PSA, they have less maneuverability. Less flexibility, and also they also understand that whatever they come out and say, loads of people are going to get them hate anyway. I'm learning that now.
I'm learning that. Yeah. You know what? The best thing to do now is to stop making these videos. Stop trying to do the right thing and just do the right thing. You know what I'm saying? Just do it. Don't say it. Just do it. Yeah.
Agreed. But that's the learning.
Well, here we are making a podcast 2 hours long of ways that we can get Damn
if
it.
you want to misconstrue what we said, make sure to leave a comment and a like because we like the interactions. Thanks.
If you just, if you are going to do that, just at least credit your work, reference us. You know the old like when you're writing dissertations, credit us the proper way, and that's fine. You know? Just lean
I
back.
actually like the
Harvard reference, yeah.
That's the one. Harvard reference.
You know the critical comments?
Yeah, so do I. Yeah.
I like them because then I reply and I give a proper response, and then you get one or two responses. One, they either ignore you. One, they go, actually, okay, you make some good points, but I still disagree. Or the other one is, no, you're wrong. You're totally wrong. Shut up. Like,
or the one who makes a comment on. And they haven't watched the video. Like, so they'll make a comment, right? And I'm like, you've not. You are literally saying something. You're complaining about something that I have literally said, or literally like brought up. We've not referenced that point there, you know. But
or like you write a title and then people respond to it, and the first thing you say in the video is like opposing that title. Like you just like, I just did it for views. Then people are like, actually, I disagree. Like, yeah, so do I.
But, right, to be fair though, like to bring this back a bit, like 99% of people aren't like that. It's just, unfortunately, the vocal minority, like Randolph says, and I
that's what
agree
it always has been on YouTube.
Yeah,
they ruin it for those who do have a criticism. You know what I'm saying? As you said, I love hearing criticism. I love hearing ways I can improve the videos, improve the content, improve the business. You know, but when you see so many like just crap, it just makes you not read those. You know, and also the worst part is it makes you not read the good comments anymore. You just scroll past the good comments now because you're trying to think, oh, who else is mad at me? You know,
I don't read the comments unless I'm doing live ever.
Yeah,
I think it's just something I've become accustomed to. And even during lives, if someone's a knob, I'm like, let's have a fight then.
I have to start paying my moderators to actually like go through any comment that's nice, send to me, and also any comment that's like actual constructive criticism, send that through as well. But
you know what, we did get nice here the other day. So I'm sitting over there, and I got an 0800 phone number call. And the guy said, I haven't really got anything particular to say, but I just want to say thank you for the service you give.
Oh,
that is really nice.
How nice is that? He had no other reason to call up. How nice is that? Like, and I was like,
big shout out to that guy. Don't everyone do it.
Don't everyone do it, no.
Please.
I don't need everyone to do it.
Mainly because most of you hate us. But also just don't do it because we don't have that many hours in a day and other people need to actually...
Yeah, Laura's got a whole folder on the email of like people who said nice things, put it into a folder, and she'll say whenever you're feeling upset or whatever, just go, or in general, just go read this and reply to the people. Like a
compliment jar.
yeah. And in reality, it's just my dad there. Love you, son. Great work today.
It's just family commented. Yeah. Nah, but it's very true. It's just one of those things. I didn't know it existed.
He pulls out one from Simon, and it just goes, "Please remember the name of our podcast."
That's a constructive citizen. Randolph, please next time do consider like what podcast you're actually on right now.
That's a compliment to this podcast, though.
It is, yeah. Randolph loves us,
so thank you.
At least the podcast. I don't know if
you were obviously missing it. To be fair,
no, I was. But it's the same thing when we do the intros here. Right? I always say to you guys, I thought I was about to say what's good because I do it in the same tone. So because I do it in the same tone, like I don't know what's going to come out.
I don't know what's good's going to come.
Welcome to the Happy Hour podcast. Wait,
wait, I'm not even saying yeah. Well, I guess PSA. We're still in that little subject line. Is there anything more we say on that? What effects are going to have?
The thing is, like, there's definitely criticism to be had there, and I think to a lot of people who've criticised them, I say, well, I don't disagree. I think now though they are trying to do good things. However, they're not going to please everyone. Like, just being frank about it, it's not going. You're not going to get this excellent service from Pit. I don't think anyone's getting this excellent. What's the word? Hold-handing service at the moment. You submit your cards, they're there. They will come back, and frankly, that's all you can expect.
Just
of them
like any business, I'm going to be very frank with you. They don't care about you as an individual. Like, you're a customer. They care about customers in the plural.
Yeah.
But if one person is waiting 6 months to get their cards, doesn't matter. Most people are like, as long as everyone's been treated the same, they're not going to go, actually, Greg, because you've complained 92 times, we're going to get your cards back quicker. It's not how it works.
Yeah, they do. Obviously, they do care about their customers, but they don't have time to be able to care for each one individually. That's the point, right? Yeah.
Well, you've got to think their customer service centre. How many calls a day must that be getting of people just pissed off?
Where's my card? Yeah, and it's like,
and what can they do? They can't put you on the list.
And that's why the big companies they'll go and hire like customer service agencies elsewhere because most there must be a statistic out there somewhere. I'd imagine like 90% of calls or emails are stuff that can be fixed just by looking at your account or just fixed by a one-word thing. So you get what you'll find is a lot of a lot of customers will outsource customer service, and then if it's something that's actually real customer service, they'll then forward it to, someone at PSA. So if it's a case of where are my cards, they'll say look at our update system or whatever, right? And then they do that. That's why you guys are updating yours, right? To be able to say, look, this is where it is. Because obviously it wastes time. You go in there and figure it out will waste time. In time that you could be spent on actually getting cards out there, which is what
tell everyone at the same time.
Yeah,
I think. Just defense of ourselves. The reason why it wasn't done was because of that pricing.
Yeah,
well, not even
shot
that.
Us in the leg, really.
There was like a secondary thing to that to start off with. So basically, when there was rumours of the pricing, so before the pricing even changed, everybody absolutely ram-raided the PSA website.
Yeah, it was down for 2 weeks.
The PSA website was down for 2 weeks. In those 2 weeks, I was trying to work on it with my good friend Tom, who is the guy who I'm developing this with. And we physically couldn't, we've pretty much finished the graded gem side of the database. We couldn't get any of the data from PSA, so we couldn't test it. We couldn't even, if you tried to go onto PSA Card's website, you'd get attacked with Cloudflare, bicycles and boats. It wouldn't stick. You wouldn't have any cookies kind of holding you on the page, so you just constantly get logged out. It didn't work. We couldn't test it. So, we can work on it again now, which is good.
Yeah.
But at the same time, people are like, oh, you promised it us a month ago. Well, guess what? It was physically impossible. Soz.
Yeah, and
and we are genuinely sorry for it.
Yeah,
but there is frustration.
Lot of hard work.
Yeah, there is frustration there from our side because it's we know you guys want it and we're trying our best to do it, but at the end of the day, it's not something we can just pull out of the hat. It's very technical.
No, yeah.
I don't have anything to do with it because I'm stupid. And
stupid.
Yeah, I'm good at the card bit. I don't have anything to do with the.
And this isn't just this isn't us sending you a Google sheet or anything like this.
Oh yeah.
This has taken a lot of back end work. There is probably more lines of code in here than there is in a Harry Potter. Than there is lines in a Harry Potter book. There's
Laurel
not a
disagree.
small program.
I can see John playing League of Legends, and I might message him and be like, "It's a work night, mate."
Where is he? I'll grab him. I'll grab him whilst we do it.
Oh, you see it online on your computer, not in your not in
on
office.
Discord. No, on Discord.
No, he's not working. He's not here. He's not here.
Yeah.
He was here the last 2 weeks, basically till midnight. But
it's a work night. What are you doing?
Yeah, just have a go at him. But it's difficult for everyone right now. Hopefully, PSA will step up. The problem is there is only so much they can do. That's my fear. What else are you supposed to? Are you supposed to hire out California? What? There's only so much more you can do.
As a business, you have to make difficult decisions, and you have to make some decisions that will negatively affect some aspects of your business to improve another aspect. So for you guys, the update system, right? If you have to then go and delay that to be able to put out another fire, you have to do that, right? Or if PSA is on fire itself and you can't access the API to be able to actually get the data, then you can't. You have to go and think, right, I have to go and do something else now. So PSA the same. I think we've all got criticisms of PSA, of CGC, VGS, and that's fine. There's no issue. Well, Graded Gem Poker, there's no issue with having any criticisms or problems with the companies, but the companies then have to think, right, what can we do that's best for the majority, right? That's best for the company and the customers at the same time, and that will mean times will take, turnaround times will take a hindrance, but
sometimes you have to prioritize, and that'll be for PSA. They'll be we're getting 500,000 cards a week.
Yeah.
What do we just put these in a big pile and grade all those cards, or do we start processing them and have a big price change? So hopefully we'll get less cards in.
Yeah.
They've got to think they've got to think long term. They can't think short, and that's with every business. But the first point I'd put is most businesses don't want to tell you this. It's a shame because of the extremism of this market. They have to, and they have to. Yeah, I think. There's nothing else you can do. But
I think that leads us perfectly on to one of the next points.
Go for it.
So it's not just extremism in one aspect. You've got full polarization of the market, right?
Yeah,
there we go. Another segue. So on one side, you've got the people who have been collectors for years. I'd quite like my cards back, but realistically, they're just going in my shelf or in a box or on display in a case or something.
Personal collection, straight in there.
Exactly. And then on the other side, you've got the people who are like, I've put money into this. I need a return on investment.
Yeah.
Where are my cards?
Yeah, and then you've also got the in Pokemon at least the players, right? The players who just put their cards into their decks to go and play in a tournament. You've got the people who put cards straight into a binder, who probably at the minute are honestly probably getting hit the worst because
Yeah.
you know many of us are struggling getting our cards sent to PSA, but there might be someone sat there thinking, hold on a minute, I'm not even sending my cards to PSA. I just want to put it in my binder or just open a pack for fun. You know, that's the person who's missing out. Many of us are missing out, but the casual collector is missing out the most, you know. And I think that's why I made my video, just because I think things are going too far at the minute, and it's just I was trying to speak a bit of realism into it. Like let's just be real at the minute. What's going on? What are the problems that we can address? The big one is the demand, the popularity of this hobby, and many other hobbies out there, especially in the collectible world, is it's through the roof, you know. Combine that with the supply issues you've got, you know, at Pokemon, for example, printing it. Storms, you know, Brexit, the port's not even being available. You know, a ship will come to dock and there's no place to dock. So what can they do? You know, looking at all these and thinking like, why are we where we're at right now, and what can we do about it? You know, and if we can't do anything about it, i.e., you know, we can't change the ship, right? We can't Tom Cruise jump on it, Mission Impossible, and you know, beat the captain up and then rearrange it to our doorstep. Yeah. So we have to just while we're in this rut, we do have to try and be positive, be real, and think like, what can we do to in the meantime be positive? And I think you know, but there are things we can do. There are things we can do as creators, as companies, and then let's focus on what we can do, and then you know, that's what we need to focus on, right?
And that's it. And as long as you stay positive in some form or another, the polarization is the big thing because you know, there are instances where people are calling other people out, and there's no need. You know what I mean? Like we're all in the same boat.
Yeah.
So what's the point in putting holes in our boat? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like we're all in it.
Hopefully, we're not in a boat that gets redirected to Europe.
Yeah. But my point is like, there's nothing.
Hopefully not on the grade fit ship.
Yeah.
when the holes get put in. Yeah.
But do you know what I mean? Like we're all here, the same place, same problems, same timing issues, same world, and you know, people are picking apart each other on the same boat. I'd get it if they're on a different boat. Go shoot them down. But right now, we're all trying to work together. So let's just help
Kill
each
the
other.
people on the other boat. That's the lesson I got from The Dark Knight.
No, they didn't do it in the end.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. But you're like, shoot them down.
But yeah, so I think right now it's very difficult because no one can get product, no one can get graded cards. Or you can, but it's just hard. Everything's
and it's expensive,
it shouldn't
right?
be this difficult. Yeah, it just shouldn't be this difficult. What do you think, Tom? You got anything to say?
I wish people would stop fighting other people, whether it's verbally or physically or whatever, over hobbies. Like, I've always said the same thing about sports. Like, I've never understood football football violence or like sports team violence. Why would you fight someone over something you love that you both love? You both are really passionate about it. I don't get it. But now you've got people doing it about sports cards. Weird. You've got people doing it over Pokemon cards. Weird.
Yeah.
Like, this is something that we all love. Why are we expressing our love for something through hatred? It doesn't make any sense to me.
Yeah, and in terms of that as well, like the physicality. If you're in I'd like to think that the Pokemon collector, the Pokemon player, the fan of Pokemon, right? If you're in line at Sainsbury's, Target, Tesco, wherever you are to get some stock, I'd like to think that the person who's being aggressive to you, you're not going to be aggressive back, right? So I'd
Volt tackle them.
Pikachu. You know, I'd like to think that. You know, we if you're in the line trying to just collect some cards, you won't retaliate, right? So I feel like the people who are fighting each other, they're just the scalpers. You know, it's one person trying to get the box, and another one like because they want. Let's and the point of my video is like, let's just leave that. You know what I'm saying? Let's leave them to do their thing. If scalpers are going to scalp, then let them do it, but don't feed into it. You know what I'm saying? Don't give them attention. Don't buy from them. If that's really to stop scalpers, you just don't entertain them, right? And that stops. But the fact of the matter is that in Pokemon, these things are worth money, right? Like, you know, the Charizard in Shining Fates does sell for ridiculous amounts of money when it comes out of the pack, and that's a fact, right?
Well, money's going to attract all sorts of people, right? So it doesn't matter. Like if they see it as a collectible hobby, sure, we can't cry about what it was a year ago.
And it brings out the worst in people as well.
Like it's going to bring every single opportunist, every single business person, and that's fine. Do you know what I mean? Like you it's a free world. You're allowed to do that. That's why I would never attack an individual. The issue is supply and demand, and the issue is that the infrastructure wasn't there before. And there wasn't infrastructure at Pokemon. There wasn't infrastructure at PSA or all these other grading companies.
Yeah.
We didn't have the infrastructure. We had me and half of you.
Like,
we had to build it.
Only from the waist down.
Yeah.
Well, but that's the thing.
do you
So,
know what I mean?
but then there are people out there, and there are stores out there, there are organizations out there that are using supply and demand as an excuse to then profiteer, right, and then to exploit.
100%.
And that's the issue. But then I think so you've got the collector or the player or whatever you may be, the individual right here. Then you've got the store. No, sorry. Then you've got supply and demand, and then you've got the stores. And I think the average collector is misunderstanding the difference between the different stores or the different people out there, right? So like supply and demand is real. Like I think people are now, because stores influencers out there are exploiting, are doing dishonest things because of supply and demand. People are ignoring supply and demand as an excuse. You know, it's like supply and demand is still real, and it does affect businesses, it affects individuals, it affects everything. But it's not an excuse to then go and exploit people. But you still have to acknowledge it is a thing, right? You know,
well, supply and demand works both ways. PSA aren't going to want 500,000 cards a week there and not be able to get 500,000 cards a week back. They want the money. All businesses want money. The fact that supply isn't there isn't the issue, because the supply has always been growing at a steady rate. The problem is demand is too much. For once in that supply and demand relationship there with Pokemon cards, demand is the problem. It was the same thing that happened with what's the set with the card everyone wanted, Roaring Skies. So in the end they had to go, guess we will have to stop something else and put more supply of that back in.
And what happened? That box went from $300 to $70. It went less than what it's even worth to buy from a distributor. That's what I'm trying to say in my videos, right? And I wish I actually put in the video the example of Roaring Skies, because the fact of the matter is, if the supply is there, the price just goes down. How many years were we in Pokemon, right? So people, products have been going above retail right now. That's just a fact. Whether it's a scalper, whether it's a store, whatever, the fact that it has gone over retail, the expected value of certain boxes has outrisen that. That's why that's why people are so desperate for some of these boxes, because the price is so good at times.
You can't.
It can go too far. It can be adequate or moderately above retail, or it can be at retail. What it's not anymore is under retail. But let's not forget that for 5-6 years, maybe 20, it is always under retail. These boost boxes are £3.99 per pack, right? So 140-ish for a whole box. They were selling Chaos cards for like 85 quid. And if you bought 6 of them, you get them down to 84. When I first started poking around and I actually saw the price from the distributor, I was shocked at how expensive they were at wholesale. I was like, I did the math, VAT, purchase. I was like, how are Chaos cards even making money? They'd make like £1 per box, if that. But the reason they do is because they operate as a middleman to the wholesalers, right? So Chaos cards are kind of like a wholesale company in themselves. So a high street store may go to Chaos cards to get their cases rather than going to the supplier, right? Or the
corner
distributor.
shops. How many times do you go to a corner shop and see, I don't know, Match Attacks and Pokemon cards and My Little Pony cards and stuff, things that kids are going to buy when their parents are going to One Stop or whatever? They're getting them from Chaos cards. They're not getting them from the wholesalers.
Exactly. Because they don't. 100%. So I was shocked at that. So let's it does go both ways. When there's a lot of demand, the price will go higher, it'll go at retail, and in cases it'll go over retail, but also there has been 6-7 years prior where it's been ridiculously under retail, so it's that will change. Does that mean people are not being dishonest or not exploiting or not profiteering? It doesn't mean that they're not doing that. They are doing that, of course they are, but it's still that scale still exists, and you can't just point fingers at everyone who has to operate within that and call them a bad person because And I'm not saying someone's doing that. I'm just saying
it's not just Pokemon. Like, we're 6 months down the line from the release. Can you go out and buy a PlayStation 5?
Yeah,
I don't think you can, right?
No,
you can't buy them at all anywhere.
I mean, you can, but not if you get lucky. You have to get really lucky.
At retail.
Yeah.
Like, unless you want to go onto eBay and pay double or whatever. I don't know what the prices are at the moment. They're expensive.
I think what you speak about is there's a right way and a wrong way. Like, you can still make profit. There's nothing wrong with making profit. I'm trying to make that very clear. Nothing wrong with making profit, but there's a right way and a wrong way to go about it. You can either exploit and profiteer, or you can try and give the best service possible within a fair price range. We very easily could have put upgraded gems prices in October and not cared because the capacity was needed.
We could have messaged our competitor and be like, here's an idea. Why don't we both charge 20 quid a card?
That's not legal, bro.
No, I know, but that's what I'm saying. But that's what stores of Pokemon cards, Like, they're all going, well, actually, our competitor's done it to 20, so we can do it to 20.
That's very true.
Yeah.
It's
That's what I mean.
like if we put the prices up,
Yeah.
competitors would probably just go, oh yeah, we'll do it.
Yeah.
Like, because the demand was there, the tens of thousands of cards coming in, you're struggling. Like, why shouldn't we? Like, do you know what I mean?
That's what I did when I first started Pokerend. I would go on Chaos Cards. And I'm like, right, what are they selling it at? And at the time, it was like 86 quid. And I was like, right, first of all, I can't do that. Like, there's no, it's not worth it to take that risk and put all this money into this to get a pound per box. Yeah, we don't operate on that scale. We can't match that. So we was like 95 or something. And I think even you kind of were like, even you said that you if you wanted to, you could put the price up because of who you are. People want to buy from you. And I was like, nah, I want to make sure that we are a store that can compete with all these other stores. It doesn't matter what my name is. I want to make sure we're at a good price. But then when stuff started going a little bit higher, naively, I would look at Chaos Cards, right? So when Champions Path come out, I'd be like, right, what's Chaos Cards doing? If they were like 80, I'd be like, all right, 75. I'm under them now, but I'm still high. When now I look at the hobby and I think, right, yeah, now I can see stores. I'm not saying Chaos Cards are doing this. I'm not saying any of the big stores are doing this. I'm just saying stores out there are profiteering. Some influencers out there are being dishonest and they're saying that a card's worth more when it's not worth that, etc. To put money in their back pockets. But now I look at the hobby, I'm like, oh wow, kids can't get products, people can't get products. Why was I then also looking at Chaos Cards and going, right, I want to match them, when really I should be thinking, what should we be doing? What's the right thing to do? And obviously since then we've started putting it at the right price,
Yeah, and the thing
but I'll just copy others,
Yeah, but the people who are profiteering and exploiting, they're not doing videos, they're not doing emails explaining why they're doing it. They're just taking the profit and running. Like, they're not there to explain themselves. They don't give a crap. Like, the difference is, I think we spoke about this last time, about our transparency as a group. Yeah. We are too transparent for our own good. Like, because we try and give as much information out there as possible, that's then what people expect for a fair price.
Yeah,
but other people can just get away with being
it's
like,
so easy to create a retail site and not have an about us, don't have a name associated to it. Then you're not going to get a million messages on Facebook. Why are you so expensive, you dick? Well, you can't find us, so you can't. But
someone could still buy it. Like, it doesn't matter. Like, like you're rightly saying, at the end of the day, if someone's going to pay the price, they're going to pay the price. Like, so therefore, they're not emailing. So why do you care about the hundreds of other people who are? Like, from a non, if you're not being transparent about it.
And it's not illegal to sell something for triple retail. It's just a bit of a knobhead move. Like, but you're not. As long as you provide the product, it's not like you're going to get chargebacks and stuff, because you'd be like, you've got the product, like.
Yeah, and that's it. Like, I think the transparency, I find transparency important personally.
So do I.
Which is why, I think all three of us do. That's why we put it out there. But at the same time, there's no way you're going to be stopping people who don't want to be like that. Like, if they're going to profiteer, they're going to profiteer. There's nothing you can do.
And I think that's why we'll go back to say the Frosted Caribou video where she raised so many good points in that video, but I think there's still like a lack of distinction, not necessarily from her, but especially from the response of it, where it's hard to judge in terms of fact who's doing the right thing and who's not doing anything when it's above retail, right? So say a store out there goes a little bit above retail because they have to make ends meet, because before they were getting 1,000 boxes, now they're getting 20. They can't afford to pay staff, they can't afford to do anything else, so they have to put it up a little bit. Most of the people will agree that's all right, that's okay to do that, that's fine to do that, and there's no issue. But then because they're above retail, then what in words above retail, what's the difference now between someone who's doing that and doing 150 bucks for 150 pound for an ETV, right? That's what that there. There's no that's in the realm of opinion. Now that's the individual opinion and who wants to do that. So it gets hard there, and lines get blurred there, And if one content creator out there is exploiting their audience, how can you then say that everyone else is not? Or everyone else is. Do you know what I'm saying? It's difficult,
Plus, sellers don't dictate prices; buyers do. People vote with their wallets. If they're gonna say, do you know what this item is worth £100 or $500 worth more than retail, then it is.
Yeah.
You can't go against that. Like, if you put it up for 50 and another guy's putting it up for 200 and someone's still paying the 200, it's worth 200.
Yeah.
And that's it.
But that's not like that. That doesn't mean that all stores then have to do that because everyone else is doing it. And that's where we've identified. Like we're in a position now where we are a store, and I am a person who influences a lot of people, right? So if we can be one of the people to then in the stores to then say, we're not going to do this. We're not going to continue to just go with the market price or go with what Chaos are doing or whatever. I'm not saying they're right or wrong. I'm saying let's us take a stand. Let's us do the right thing. Let's us drop the price. Let's stand ground. So then hopefully we can influence others to do. And it's okay for us to make mistakes like that. And so it's okay for us to realize that we don't have to, but we do. You know, I do that, and then again, that's what. But ultimately, that's my downfall as well, because I'll make a video explaining this, being as transparent as I can, and someone will be like, "Oh, that point you made was wrong. I hate you now." And then
from a business standpoint, long term it works, right? So like,
of course,
although short term you get some shots, but long term, if by being transparent, you're going to get a loyal base of customers there who will follow your brand, really be into it, and be like, "I agree with what you're doing," and you know what? Even if it is a pound above chaos in 4 years' time. What they're saying is, no, when it shit hit the fan, you did the right thing.
Yeah.
So therefore, I give you my support, and that's where the importance of the transparency comes for me.
Of course, yeah, and that's even something that I acknowledge as a business decision. You know what I'm saying? Like in terms of even making a profit, right, for a business, we could either go and compete with all the scalpers out there, all the ridiculous prices, make a quick buck now, or what we could do is do the right thing, stick to our guns, and just wait it out, right? And hope that in 5 years, people have seen us do this and think we're going to still shop with Pokemon because they did the right thing. That's our goal, and I'm not afraid to say that's a business decision as well as an emotional decision. It's both. You know, I'm a fan of Pokemon, and I'm also the owner of the business, so you have to make these decisions. But and again,
you're earning money. Like, the business is still earning money. It's not like you're going, do you know what? I'm going to be like full philanthropist here and give away all of my boxes for free, and I'm going to lose tens of thousands of pounds. Like, because realistically, you've got to earn money if you're going to have a business.
Yeah, and of course, we give away a lot.
And you earn money at retail.
Exactly. Yeah, of course. And that's what people are missing as well. Yeah, retail, it's still a profit to be made at retail. And there's not necessarily when it's like £84 a box, because that's not even retail anyway. Yeah. But I mean, we're here to make a profit. Doesn't mean that we can't. I don't know what I said. Doesn't mean that we can't then do the right thing in terms of give back to the community. You know, give away stuff. You know, actually, discount stuff. Which we do that as well. You know, but we also don't go out there and shout about it necessarily, because if we're chatting to someone on email and we give away something for free, we're not going to then go, guys, we did this, because then everyone's going to say, can we get one for free? You know what I'm saying? So it's like it's all a balancing act. And I think, again, going back to what I said before, the average person's job is not to care what a business does. So I feel like, again, because we are so transparent, we're allowing them into the process, we're allowing them, and we're opening ourselves up for criticism, which I think is a good thing with our supporters, but that you also then do bring in other people to then come in and criticize, and as soon as I say the words, we sold it $59.99, which is still above retail, then the person who has the opinion that everything above retail is awful will then have, something to say.
I'll have that opinion, and there's nothing you can do about it.
And we have to accept that.
Yeah, exactly.
Which is difficult, but you do.
Yeah, that you can't please absolutely everyone. I've learned that. Like, I try and please every single submitter of Graded Gem. I'm disappointed if someone never is, but at the end of the day, there's going to be in a few cases where you can't see eye to eye, and you just have to go, well, that's that then. Sorry, but that's that. And it's a weird position being where we are, to be fair, because I don't think all three of us never would have put ourselves in this position. No. At this time, like I think, what I mean, no one ever saw this crazy stuff happening in Pokemon, and now, it was just a little side business for you. It was your YouTube career, like growing and growing, but then it's just popped off so big, and there's so much adaptation that has to happen for that to work. Because before, we're like working only for collectors, and now we have to work for everyone else on top of that. So it's a lot of work on top.
Yeah, I don't even post now on Instagram and stuff, because it's like back before anyone cared what I had to say, which was nice, I could post something and, I might get like 10, 20 likes, whatever, something ridiculously small, and I'd probably get the same amount of comments going, oh, this is really sick, like, because people would genuinely enjoy it. Now, if like I was telling you earlier, I got the GameCube that I had when I was a kid, like I bought a new one box. Yeah. If I put that on Instagram now, I'd just get 30, 40 messages instantly going, why haven't you replied to my email?
Yeah. It's like, sorry, why are you buying a GameCube when you're not grading my card? Yeah. But that's our fault, that's something we've done. Yeah. For us putting us in this position, we have to accept that that's our life now, right? So
I'll be honest, I didn't ever expect anyone to care what I had to say.
yeah, exactly right. So like, and people say, never mix, what you enjoy with business, and we have to accept that if we do go out and create Graded Gem and create Pokemon, we will have to lose parts of our hobby and lose parts of what we used to do and it's gone now, and that's what it is. But at the same time, right? So you know, kind of doing what you did back in the day, right? You're buying cards, you're grading them, and you're either putting them in your collection or you're selling them on for someone else to put in their collection. Right? That's how it was. But then someone says to you, "Oh, Connor, can you send my card? Why you send it to PSA? Because, you know, there's insurance costs, there's import. Can we carpool, right?" And you're like, "Yeah, I'll do that for you, mate." So then you do it, then you do it for another person. Then you see, right. A lot of people have got this difficulty right now with sending cards to PSA. Maybe I could, you know, take my knowledge, take my expertise, and start a business and offer this as a service, which is a service, right? That's offering people something that they can now do that they couldn't do before. That, you know, fantastic. On my side of things, you know, I'm here opening packs every day, and people are like, "Oh, you know, where can I buy packs from?" And I'm like, "Right, well, I can get these for you if you want. You know, I can put up a store." People say I can't trust in all these other stores, but I do trust you. I'm like, "Right, well, I'll go and find some packs then, and I'll put them on the store for you." In fact, the main reason Pokemon existed was just for a place to put merch, Snake Backwards, my guy, on it, and also to sell my duplicates. But then people said that, "Can we get some packs and stuff?" So then you go on and you create the business, because you see a difficulty for the customer and the audience, and you also see an opportunity for yourself, which is fine as well. You know, you merge these two things together, then you get a business. And in the case of Creative Gem and Pokemon, it's massively successful. It's massively successful because there was people there who needed that service, right? So fantastic. You go and let it blossom, and then you do come into the roadblocks, you know, where it almost gets too good, right? Not in terms of like there's too many customers, there's too much people caring now, too many people invested, where now you got to make these difficult decisions. And I think that's what we're all going through right now. And no one of us know the answer, but we got to just hope we do the right thing, you know, and
muck in and try our best.
Try our best. Yeah. So
me and Connor had this conversation earlier, because before I was part of Creative Gem, we ran a quite successful web design business. Very successful.
I think you're being modest there, my friend.
Like it was very good. We had amazing clients, like huge clients, and that was corporate. That was very professional. Everything was calculated. Business meetings in suits. You know what I mean?
Wore suits.
When we could fit in suits. I wouldn't be able to fit in it now. But like there was that world we know anyway. Like we knew, but when I left, because I was pretty much running that by then, because of how busy you were with Creative Gem. I completely dissolved that to come and join what was meant to be this hobby, kind of thing. Yeah. And then immediately we had to shut as soon as I joined full time, because PSA closed and there was a worldwide pandemic, which was kind of weird, because we were both like, "Oh, are we about to, you know, jump off a bridge or something?" I don't know. And then immediately it's gone from being this hobby thing that we both love a lot to being, is it worth me cracking out the suit again? Yeah. I mean, I came into this, as you know, as probably most people know watching this, to get away from music, right? To get away from my job, and do what, and I want to just get away, do something that I used to do back as a kid, do something I used to do 3 or 4 years ago, but didn't have the resources to do. I couldn't buy cards, you know, because the PSA cards were too expensive for me at the time. Now I've got a bit of money. I'm hating what I'm doing. I'm not enjoying it per se. So let's go and do a hobby. Let's go and get involved in Pokemon. But then again, you know, because what I like to do is I like to work for myself and find ways where I can, you know, just create stuff. You know what I'm saying? Create a store. I've always been like that. Create a Shopify store. Create this business. I just enjoy doing that. So put 2 and 2 together, and it goes well. But it does get to a point where it's like, you know, it ruins it. But that's our fault, right? You know, like we have to accept that. We have to accept going into this. We will victims of our own success.
Exactly, yeah. So that's why I'm going into basketball now. You know, I'm opening NBA packs more than I'm opening Pokemon packs, because that's
I don't think you're tall enough to play basketball.
No,
that's coming from me, and I'm short.
I can only buy the cards, but that's a part of it, and we have to accept that. But I think that's where pointing fingers at people gets difficult, because the person pointing fingers doesn't know everything about you. You know, they don't know your roots. They don't know where you came from. They don't know your thought process. They don't know what you've been trying to do. So, and that's the example in the Frosted Caribou video. I never made a response to that video. I think I should have done. But instead what I did is I made a video in general and then put that in it. You know, and I remember... this track, it's coming back. Just kidding. But then like... I could have. There are people in the hobby, in the industry that I think are being dishonest and aren't doing the right thing. And I've never said names. I've spoke about their actions. I've tried to educate people and say this is not right. but this is right, or think about this thing. But I don't want to name names. I've been there personally in the past, you know, with my YouTube stuff, with the Deji diss tracks and all the diss tracks seen there. I've seen that, and it's horrible because you don't know the full story on both sides, and especially in Pokemon. Like, come on, we're not going to go out there and start calling people out. And maybe we can reach out to them individually. Maybe we can speak to them and be like, I don't think what you're doing is right here. And again, it would be good to then maybe highlight this person doing something not great in the hobby so that someone doesn't get hurt by them. But at the end of the day, you're just gonna you know, create fire. You know, you're just gonna put more. It's not gonna help. So in my situation, when I watched the Frosted Caribou video, and then, you know, she uses my video or my clip to paint a certain narrative, like, of course I'm gonna not agree with that.
Can I just ask, did she ever speak to you before using that? Like,
no.
Speaking about you.
No, but to be honest, I don't even think I don't really care. Like you don't have to. Like, I've done so many reaction videos in the past where I'll use a clip, you know, I'll speak about something. I don't think you need to, but I think you also have to realize that what you say will affect the person you're talking about, right? So if I'm doing a reaction of a track online, if I discredit the person, or sorry, if I disagree with them, that's I have to accept that person may be upset. You know what I'm saying? If I have to accept that if something I say about someone will affect them, you know. So for example, with her, you know, I think I was speaking to her on Twitter and going back and forth. I think one thing that she kept saying to me was like, "Oh, I'm not saying you're a bad guy. I don't think you're a bad guy, but I'm saying no, but that's what you're, you know, that's what
you're giving that to everyone else.
You're giving that to everyone and putting that gasoline on the fire, right? And that's what they think. And then, you know, and I felt like that was what you thought in the clip. So it's impossible. It's impossible to actually. It's impossible for her. And she said she watched my videos, she did some research, and she tried to, you know, figure out who I am, blah blah blah. But end of the day, you can't.
Was just being a bit frosty.
But you can't do the full research now. So the best thing to do is just to make your points, right? Make your points, and do that to best ability without, you know, naming names necessarily. And if you are going to name names, just understand that you're doing it.
Do you think that was just a bit of inexperience from her part, because you've learnt that through a lot of time from doing the react videos, from being part, you know, big part of the Sidemen guys.
We've done it though. We did it with Collectibles Guru, but we have also said we'd happily have him on the podcast.
Well, but then again, you know, Collectible Guru will say something about him, and he's in the comments, he's on Instagram saying stuff back to us, and I don't care. That we have to be responsible to know that whatever we say about Collectibles Guru or something else will get taken out. Same thing when we talk about Logan Paul. You know, I'll applaud him for certain things, and I'll also criticize him for certain things. That's fine, and this dialogue is good. And then again, I'm also not saying that Frosted Caribou is even. I'm not saying, you know, she's disagreeing with that. This is just to the audience and just for the conversation.
To be fair,
you know,
the video wasn't a bad video. Like,
it was a great video.
Fantastic
video.
There's a reason why a lot of us are speaking about it, is because it brought up a lot of points that were important, but also it maybe pushed that line a little bit too much. Like, for me, I feel like you were too safe in your video. I think you could have maybe hit the line a bit more. But
well, again, that's right. It wasn't a response video. Like, if it was a response video, I would have broke it down. I would have watched it. I would have watched the whole thing and put my points out there. But it wasn't supposed to be. But I can also see why I posted that a week later after she posted hers. Everyone's gonna think, oh, it's responding to it, which I completely also accept. And I wish I actually did respond to it. But sorry to interrupt. But yeah,
so the beat changes halfway through, and you just go frosted.
yeah. But
no, I think everyone's allowed their own voice and perception. Like, that's kind of what I always try and say. They're allowed their opinion, and even, you know, like Frosted or Leon Hart or you or whoever out, Logan, like us, like, we can say what we want at the end of the day. But you have to recognize there's going to be consequences to that. Like, there's going to be people watching this podcast and the stuff we've said for the last half an hour. People are going to be like, well, no, that's not right. Like, and that's fine. That's absolutely fine. And that's why I like those sorts of videos where they do push it out a bit more.
Agreed.
Because they just create fire. And I think the good thing is, because we're quite a small channel, is we can just, you know, it doesn't matter what we do. Like, do you know what I mean? Whereas for yourself,
until it does, right? Until it does. I mean, I was small for a long time. In the UK, I was big on the channel because, you know, there wasn't many people doing this content in the UK, to be honest. But then after the Logan Paul stuff, I started to grow the audience to a point where I was now a big, you know, Pokemon YouTuber in the conversation with everyone else. And that's when now you start opening yourself up to more criticism, you know. And that's why I say to Laura, like, I wish we could just go back to, you know, like the Pokemon Center in London or those type of videos, or where we just open packs.
That's just because that's the first time you met us.
Exactly, yeah. But no, you know, you just open some packs and Laura edits it and we just think, what a great video. But at the time, you're trying your hardest to grow and grow. then you see something like the Logan Paul opportunity. You think, I'm gonna jump on this, you know, for all the right reasons, you know, and that's where she took the big issue I had is when she put the clip where it's saying, you know, I only did this because of the Logan Paul exposure, and I still back that. I wouldn't have gone and bought a pack from, if you guys said to me, right, like, oh, do you want this first edition unweighed, like, could be heavy, could be light, pack of first edition for 11,000. I'm like, sorry guys, but no. Like, unless you're gonna do a big event for it, you know, you're gonna make. But if you know, if you just offer, I'm like, no. But whereas if Logan Paul does it and then says he's gonna put me in the video, and you know, I can make. Of course, I'm gonna do that. You know, doesn't mean that I don't look. And the way that,
like,
yeah,
it
exactly.
makes sense. Like, he's massive. Like, it for him to just say your name and the amount of credit you got. Oh, where's Randolph? Like, that was
we
brilliant.
didn't even know
Member
what
of the
we were doing,
segment.
to be fair.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. So, like, for you and your Pokemon channel, it was amazing, and that's and that's what people forget. Logan Paul is in another stratosphere, like, because you're a massive poke tuber, right? You're huge, and then Logan Paul is just like. He's somewhere else.
Yeah. But you got to remember as well. I came into this hobby, like, I've been a YouTuber, I've been a content creator for a long time, so it's not like it's not like the Pokemon stuff is my first like rodeo. Right? I've been around, so I bring what I know that works in YouTube to Pokemon, right? So I know that money in the title works regardless, right? I know that Mr. Beast, you know, his entire content is built on $1 million in the title, etc. Doesn't mean that his content's awful. He's just giving all the money away, you know. It's the same thing as mine. If I'm buying like a $25,000 box of Pokemon cards and then opening it and then losing money on it, you know, I can do that. Like, exactly, I'm free to do it. It's good content, and I know that putting that in the title will work. So I'm just applying what I know. So I know for a fact that if I'm in the little world of Pokemon and then Logan Paul enters and I've got a chance to be on that content, I'm like, oh yeah, like full steam ahead. I'm gonna do what I know best and just jump on trends, and that's what I did. But
can I say what's the alternative? The alternative is you put out your videos without any money being involved at all, and you try and limit it as the way, but like it's involved, and you get 10 out of 10s every time. Yeah, and your videos stagnate because other people are doing it. Like, at the end of the day, YouTube is competitive as hell, especially in this poker sphere, investment sphere at the moment. If you didn't like work with it, you work against it. People don't want to watch. People don't want to subscribe, and you lose your base anyway. Like. And then you wouldn't come under attack. It's just like, it makes no sense.
And then the argument there is, if everyone else is doing it, it doesn't mean you have to do it. You know, if everyone else is going to jump off a cliff, you don't have to. But then the other thing is, though, how about I do that, right? And this is my case. This is what I try and do. How about I do the title, I do what works on YouTube, but in the content, I do my best to make sure that everyone's educated, I do the right thing, and people listen. That's more important to me than the clickbait, the headline. And in fact, it's not clickbait because I've done it. You know what I'm saying? I said in my video, if I've ever like lied on a title or inflated the price, it will be to go from pounds into dollars because it looks better, or it's to go from something like, you know, 3,850 to 4,000 because it's just, you know what I'm saying? It's that type of thing. But I'm still there buying the card.
50.
Yeah, I mean, I'll do that. I'm gonna make sure everything I put in now is concrete. But I've done that before, you know.
59 pence.
Yeah, you know, and at the end of the day, right? People want to see someone open the base set box, right? Because they can't afford it, you know. So if I can create that content, if I can do what others can't necessarily, and I'm not, it doesn't mean I'm out of touch. It doesn't mean I'm some sort of villain because I can. It just means I've done it, and it's entertainment. And I think 99% of my audience know that. I think 99% of the community know that. But then when you then put that clip of me saying I'm only in it for the views or the exposure and take out the rest of it, what you're doing is you're putting that. And you're putting the narrative onto that I don't care about Pokemon, and then everyone else is watching your video, which is a great video. And the issue is the video was so good. If the video was awful, everyone would be like, "Oh, nah, you're wrong." Because the video was so good and she made so many valid points, the part there that she included of me makes them believe that. Yeah, so that was my issue with it. And I even went and again I went to her Twitter to then DM her and say, "Let's jump on a video. Let's put your position, my position into a call, and we'll argue and we'll discuss, and it'll be great for both of us, and also great for the." Well, I say great for both of us, not in terms of views, but it'd be great for us to actually have that discussion. But also,
only care about the views, right?
of course. Clip that. But then also it'd be great for the audience to see both points of view, and we can explain things that are not taken out of context, and we can explain it in full. And then that's when I went to her Twitter, and then she had like a quote saying I was out of touch, and that's, you know, at that point I was like, all right, well let's discuss this on Twitter then, because, you know, at this point I'm a little bit annoyed.
She doesn't want. I mean, it's in the nicest way. She doesn't want to be challenged. What she wants to do is give her opinion, and that be it. And she's totally allowed to do that.
Just of course, Twitter.
No, but that's totally allowed. Like, she doesn't want the challenge. Like, she has seen that she's done the research and she's done her own. She's put her abilities out there to try and get a guess on the environment in Pokemon, and she's done that. And what she doesn't need or want, in her opinion, is someone to come in and be like, this is wrong, this is wrong, this is wrong. I'm dissecting you, and that's it. Like, why would she? Do you know what I mean? Like that's from her perspective.
Because that's called education.
But at the same time, I think it would have been a great idea for you and her to jump on, because you're a genuine, integral person in the community, and she's also, you know, calling out you in a very specific way. Like, why not sort it out over a call? Why not have it? And it doesn't have to be an argument. Like, we disagree all the time. I'm sure we disagree, but that doesn't mean it has to be a full-on fist fight over a video call.
Yeah, exactly.
You know?
And I think we'll still do that. I mean, I'm still happy to jump on a call with her. I mean, you know, if she wants to jump down, we'll hopefully we'll do that. But I think I remember she said to me in DM now, so we were privately speaking, and I don't really usually like speaking about things that were private, but this is not. This is what it is. She said something like, after I made my video, a lot of people came to her video, you know, hating on her or being aggressive or saying the wrong things, and I said to her that the same thing that happened to you happened to me when you made your video. You know, that is just a byproduct of these type of videos. That, you know, when you have to be able to take down the chin if you want to say that stuff. You know what I'm saying? If you want to make a video on the state of Pokemon, you're gonna have to have disagreements, and I know this as well. And every time I make my video, I know that there's gonna be disagreements. That's fine, but I believe that what I'm saying. And I believe that the conversation needs to happen, as does she, because she did that, and she made the video as I did, and that's really important.
She's brave to do it, because she's
I respect her.
Big names in Pokemon, and at the end of the day, a lot of Pokemon building is through, you know, working with the PokeTubers, having chats with them. Like we're going to try and go on a podcast every couple of weeks, like with different. You're going on Pokenomics. I can't wreck that here, but you know, like it's important to do those sorts of things and reach out to other YouTubers, and they come to your channel, and that's how you grow. So she's very, very, especially in the stage she is, because she's like quite big, but not like Randolph big in the nicest way. Yeah. Like, but if she wants,
I was her last year. You know.
Exactly. So she
you
wants
was
to get to
her
that.
Last year.
That's a bit
Just some time travel.
I was the same level last year. You know?
Like you did that by working hard, working with the PokeTubers, like and getting your content better by working with other people as well. And obviously developing it yourself. So it's very brave to come out and call out those people, because a lot of the time on YouTube you need, you know, their help to grow.
You need to not come across as a dick as well. Like, if you're gonna hate on everyone, no one's gonna want to be your friend. That's nothing to do with YouTube. That's about like real life, but it's the same thing on YouTube.
That's obviously our problem there.
And that's and that was my point of view. I was completely fine. That's why where I got actually like annoyed was when I came to Twitter and I saw she quoted me incorrectly, and then after that said, if that's not out of touch, then I don't know what it is. Which at that point you just are calling me out of touch. So at that point I was like, well, are you there to then make this discussion and open up this dialogue? Or are you there to just
are we out of touch? Maybe is that the problem? Are we out of touch?
Maybe
I've
we are.
opened like 20 Elite Trainer boxes of Shining Fates and stuff. Maybe that's out of touch. That I've done that on the channel.
Scalper. Yeah,
but that's what I'm saying. Is that out of touch?
Yeah, but that's my issue with her, was I haven't done that. You know what I'm saying? Even I, who own the business, who have all this product run through the store, haven't opened a single ETV of Shining Fates. So, but she doesn't know that. You know, and it's not her job to know that. But then if you are then going to say he's out of touch because he's not opening, you know, because the quote was something like, I said, let me just find the tweet, because then it's better if everyone just sees this.
Instead of paraphrasing, get those facts in, Randall.
Exactly, because that's what we're. The problem is that we're taking things out of context. So if we're gonna have a go at that,
what's up, drama alert nation?
So here we go.
Let's get right into the news. Do you even know what that is? No.
Wow.
Connor doesn't know Keemstar.
I've seen him.
Keemstar.
Yeah, that
Killer
guy.
Keemstar.
Me and him have a chat on WhatsApp every now and again.
No, that's not true.
I need to stream this to you. Don't I completely forgot we're not even streaming right now.
Oh my god!
How'd you even do this?
Oh my god!
I'll try and. Yeah. So what did you? You didn't watch the video, did you?
I don't watch the Frosted Carry. Is it? Is that how you say it?
Caribou.
I've seen the Twitter URL.
I called it Caribou, and everyone was calling me out.
Caribou? Like, what is it? The little wing thing?
Yeah, and I was like, pronunciation's never been my forte. Anyway,
Frosted. Oh, it does say Caribou. To be fair, so I mean that's close. I don't even want to open cards on camera anymore because how toxic the community is.
Yes, can I zoom in here? Let me.
Yeah, Control+.
My computer really struggles when I stream things to you. So someone put here, my favorite thing about all these creators that are responding are literally upselling cards on their websites whilst trying to defend the impact on the TCG. That's fine. You can have that point of view. And then Boo, Frosted Caribou put, or this part, I don't even want to open cards on camera anymore because of how toxic the community is. And again, to clarify, I didn't say that. I said I get depressed now. You know, I wake up not wanting to make videos anymore. I wake up not wanting to open packs on camera. I'd rather just open them off camera and have the enjoyment with my friends, you know, on a Discord call, etc. That's what I said.
Again, I'm Discord called us to open calls.
Jump in. You got access to the call. Jump in. But yeah, then here, look. While the mass majority of people can't open cards at all, if that isn't out of touch, I don't know what is.
It's not true though, is it either?
No,
pretty
it's
sure
just
everyone
not,
can go to a corner shop and buy a pack.
Yeah, I mean, I see what she's saying here, that, you know, the prices are getting too expensive. That people, regular people, can't afford it, which is fair. That is true. And you know, I understand that because
normal product though. Even if it's marked up a little bit, you can afford it. You can't go and afford a base set first edition box. No, you can't. You couldn't last year either, or the year before, or the year before.
But people are there, out there scalping shining fates. People are there selling hidden fates for £150. And at that point, if everyone did that, then the majority, which is what she's saying, can't open cards at all. And I get that. And this is what, if that isn't out of touch, I don't know what it is. And I'm like, well, I'm sat here, you know, we created the Pokemon Promise, which is literally putting everything at retail, putting everything as low as possible, and even free at times to the children out there and the parents who collect with the children. You know, we're doing stuff. So I was like, it's just, I'm definitely not out of touch. And this part here, I was like, well, first of all, say this to me. You know what I'm saying? If this is out of touch, then at me, or let's open up a dialogue and say it. That's when I got a bit annoyed, because I was like, I just sent you a DM.
She's calling you out for not opening Pokemon cards. It's like, it's up to me whether I want to open them or not. Like,
yeah.
It's nothing to do with her or your audience. Like, if you don't want to do it, that's a personal thing. That's not a...
Well, I've paid over retail, but I've not paid, like, lots over retail. I think the most I paid was £65 for an ETB, which means you can get them at £65 on Facebook. That's where I got them from. It's like, if you can't afford £65 for an ETB, you probably can't afford £52.50 for an ETB anyway, so shut up.
But that Lutu freaking comment is out of order.
Yeah, opening all these cards makes me so sad. This community is so toxic. Wipes tears with 100 bills made by effectively scalping. I mean, like... Well,
that's why he's not Lou 1.
I mean, that's just... It is what it is. That is what it is. But it's
calling you out, Lou, too.
but like, and again, like, I could have easily... I opened Shining Fates on the channel, but the products I opened on the channel was the Pikachu boxes that we got more of than we did for pre-orders. You know, we had stock, so I was like,
banging.
Yeah, so I was like, let's open it. ETVs, we sold more pre-orders than we had stock, so I didn't open them. But I easily could have emailed someone, and we had offers. I had offers of those people saying, "Do you want to open it on the channel?" And I was like, "No, you paid for this. You deserve to have it." I could have emailed them and said, you know what, guys, sorry, I'm cancelling your order to open it on the channel. But I didn't do that because I understand that the mass majority, which is what you said, I understand that the mass majority of people can't open cards at all. So I was like, I would rather my audience, my customers that I do care so deeply of, have this product to open. So I'm in touch. I'm completely in touch. I open cards every day. I run a store every day. We have email. I know what the community is like because I'm in it. Yes, I've got, I have more money than other people. Yeah, I do have that.
But anyone saying,
but I've worked for that, right?
About that, it's just jealousy, right? Anyone who's having a go at that is just jealousy. Like they're just jealous that they're not in your position. That's
I mean, what's it? Donald Trump was flying around in the Air Force One. Like, I'm not jealous of him. Like, that's his.
Air Force One.
It's that little comic, isn't it? Of the guy who's walking, who sees a guy on a bike, and is like, God, I wish I had a bike. The guy on the bike is looking at the guy in the normal car, going, God, I wish I had the normal car. He's looking at the guy in the Ferrari, going, I wish I had a Ferrari. Like.
Yeah,
you're always going to be someone who's at a slightly higher level than you, but you can still enjoy the hobby.
Exactly, yeah, and I can still be in touch, just because I can go out and pay £150 for a Hidden Fates ETV if I wanted to, but I don't want to because I think that price is wrong, and I will say that price is wrong, and I'll speak about it, So I think I'm definitely not out. Am I in a position that is I guess more favourable in the Pokemon community? Yes, of course. Am I at fault for that? No. And am I out of touch? No. That's what I'm saying before with the point behind the supply and demand thing. It's like, just because one person doesn't mean we all are. Just because one person is doing something wrong in the community doesn't mean we all are. And then to say if that isn't out of touch, what is? That's the point where I took personal offense to. Her using my clip out of context is fine. I can discuss that on my video, which I did. I can talk about that. But at the point where it becomes I don't know if that, that's out of touch. I'm like, well, hold on, now you're wrong. You know what I'm saying? Now that's wrong.
Yeah.
It's not even up for interpretation anymore. You're wrong. So that's the issue I had at the time.
Well.
Yeah, at that point,
She said it so publicly as well. Like,
without even at me, I saw this by chance because I went to offer an opportunity to let's talk about this. That's the part of it that annoyed me.
Well, you're right to be annoyed. To be fair, like it's just, and at the end of the day, she does have a platform, and she is just atting you and saying, and it's just not the way to do it. Not in my book, anyway.
Don't at me.
Don't at me.
But then I'm not trying. She's entitled to opinion, but she also has to accept that if I've got a problem, I'll respond. And we can both do that. Yeah, and I don't dislike her at all. I have no problems with her. It's just discussion, So yeah.
Yeah, that's all it is, isn't it? But at the end of the day, I think we can compliment her on her video. I think there was sure. There was just bits which were just a bit, which she's rightly able to do. But yeah, I'd really like to see you do a video with her because I think I'm down to do that for sure. Conflicting points of view, and then I could react to it as well. So that'd be great. Yeah, no.
If you see this Frosted Caribou as well, I'm definitely down to still do that. There's no problem in that. It's just more discussion, And anyone out there, anyone who wants to chat with me, whether publicly or privately, you can do.
Guest, there we go.
Can be a guest on the podcast. Yeah, let's speak about it.
A lot like vanilla now.
I do smell very vanilla. Vanilla.
You smell like vanilla.
Yeah, I love it. Anyway,
what else? What else do we have here on our little topics? We had I guess we've done those first three. We've got Battle Styles release,
and we've done
new
the
Japanese
last one
set.
as well.
Yeah.
Pokemon losing enjoyment.
I like my the way I wrote this topic, so I'm just going to say this one. Zod expensive, really can't believe much wow.
Yeah. So there's a new record, right?
PWCC auction, you can go on it now.
Yeah. £35 base set first edition Charizard.
So it's
PSA
not
10.
ended yet. This isn't a confirmed sale.
Got you.
So I don't want to inflate the market further, but this is
price highest.
Did it have bids on it already?
Yeah, it's got bids on it. It should be the highest card, right?
There we go. Yeah. Oof.
340 of the buggers.
Oh, it's not even ended yet.
And it's an old label.
It's got 4 days left. Yikes.
It is a great card, isn't it? Every time I look at this, I get like hairs on the back of my chest a little bit. Back of my chest, back of my neck.
Hairs on the back of your chest.
Hedgehog.
No, because that'd be his back. The back of his chest is like inside him.
Oh God.
You've got a hairy inside,
but,
Randolph.
So the reason why lots of people are saying this is going up is because of the fixed stamp. It's got a really nice fixed stamp.
Oh, there's no difference.
Yep, I know, but
there's no difference.
Well, PSA are also now they're also now labeling the fourth print, right? The 1999 to 2000 copyright date as well.
Don't we know that's going to cause us a lot of problems when we open up?
Or a lot of relabels.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Yeah,
they cost. They're not free.
I still
just put that out there.
And I don't own any of these, and maybe that's why. That's not why I say this, but you feel free to say that's why I'm saying this. I am never a big fan of that type of difference. I can understand why collectors do it. I can understand why it's more sought after because it is rarer and there's less of it in existence. But I'm not desperate to get it. As if I would be
get that. What I don't get is the thick stamp, thin stamp thing.
Okay,
that to me is like.
But it's another variation in it. It's like I'm gonna get the rarer version. Because
it's not really different. It's just a slight print quality thing.
I personally wouldn't care, but I do see why others care. That's what I probably should have said.
I like the error cards more, like the D error on the Butterfree, the stage errors.
But wouldn't you say that's a similar error as the stamp not being as thick, right?
No, because this is like an error. That was just print. Like that depends on what
it might not have been intended. It might have been an error on their half to not stamp it thick enough. I'm being devil's advocate. But...
Oh, there you are. Get off my shoulder, bro.
Anyway, bring it back to the Charizard. $380,000. That's $100. Is that $130,000 more than the last confirmed sale? It's still got 4 days left. So what? And I think we've seen it in the past few months as well. The Pokemon market has not gone away. It is just pushing and pushing and pushing. I was definitely expecting prices to come down January, February, March, because it normally does, right? After Christmas, credit cards are filled up, blah, blah, blah.
Sorry, I just saw that there's $250 postage as well. I was like, kind of inconsequential, really, isn't it?
It is. I'd want that dropped off in person. What this just shows that Pokemon, the really old vintage stuff, is just going from strength, especially base set first edition, because of Logan Paul as well, going from strength to strength to strength.
I'm going to throw my invisible casino chip in here and say that's going to be $500,000 when we come and see this next week.
That's a double, bro. I don't know if I can.
That's not a double.
From the last record sale.
Oh, okay,
I'm going to say to you guys, right? I'm not going to buy a single card on the next PWCC.
Liar!
I don't want to anymore.
Buy it.
I need to
Buy that
stop
card.
buying. No, because I want to.
I heard you'd do it if you were cool, but obviously not.
If I could afford, I can't even afford this. I can't even afford to go. Who can? Who can buy this Charizard?
I do have to question who the hell has that much cash just to shove on a card. I know it's really expensive and I know it's mega desirable, but God, that's an insane amount of cash.
I'm gonna buy it.
It's a nice big house, isn't it?
Yeah, and you can't get you can get loans, but you can't get a mortgage on this.
It's a tiny flat in London.
Yeah,
that's true.
Shoebox in New York, Manhattan. But this is pretty incredible. I mean, I'm not surprised. None of us are surprised it's going like this. I think we all said on your it wasn't even called the it wasn't called anything back then. When we sat in there, we just had a podcast style chat like this, but we just
trading card talk before it was trading card talk, right?
That's the one. Yeah, it wasn't even called that. So we all said that this would be $1 million card one day before we even had this level of hype and this demand and this resurgency of Pokemon. So to see it still here,
I've thrown my vote in. I want to hear what you guys think it's going to be when we come to visit this next week, because it's definitely going to be a topic.
Yeah, okay.
I'm saying $500,000. So, and whoever gets closest wins a pack.
Sometimes when you see these listings, it doesn't go up as much as you think. It can go up, but sometimes it doesn't. Also, we have to consider this as well. See special bidding rules, critical investment fee. So now I can't bid on this. No, I have to have special approval. But I reckon. Go on, you go first. No, you go first.
No. Right, you've got a price in mind, haven't you?
I reckon $405,000.
I'm gonna go 420.
Oh, okay. Blaze it, bro.
420.
Yeah. So, what's the rules gonna be? Is it anything closest? Closest. Okay. Right.
Yeah,
so
closest.
Nice. So anything above
460 is
60 for you is okay. Yeah. Nice.
But if it stays about the same or goes up a little bit, then Randolph's in. I'm in the worst place, and it basically has to hit 420.
Yeah.
Well, no, you got all the way up to 450.
Yeah. Either way, what does the consequences if this gets sold and paid for? This is the biggest card in Pokemon TCG.
Just means Logan gets more viewers next time.
What happened? What happened to his? Did he ever get his grades back for his break? Did anyone get the label? Did they get a 10? Did they get? It's gone quiet, right? I've not heard much about it.
PSA got 500,000 cards, bro.
Yeah, they're all Logans.
Yeah. I mean, Logan's ringing up and they're like, "Sorry, who are you?"
Low game for life.
My card's done yet? Yeah.
Nah.
I might be living under a rock, but I haven't heard anything.
I'm pretty sure at least one card got a label.
Oh, I know what's gonna happen, right? Didn't they say at Golden Auctions that they're gonna list a lot of his cards anyway, like his personal cards? So yeah, we'll see it soon. They'll do a block soon. It'll be on there. Yeah. Okay. Well, we'll wait then. I wonder what happened at that point. What if no one bid on it?
Bounce.
Actually, I want to put a question out there. Is this price down to the Logan Paul box break selling for $1 million? I know that you both said no last time because it was Logan Paul and he's amazing.
I'm still saying no.
But at the end of the day, that's increased by $130,000. That ain't no small amount of money, guys. And Logan Paul went on that stream again. He pulled two of them. That's got a impact. No, that's an impact.
There's more of them now.
Yeah, but
I think. Sorry, when I say no, I think yes. I think to an extent, yes, of course. But I think it. I'd say it has. I think it has moved.
Sorry, I'm just backpedaling like
no more than yes.
When I say no, I mean yes.
I'm trying to say no more than yes. So I think Logan hasn't moved it as much as it's moved itself. But I think to an extent he has a bit, right? Like a certain percentage, under 50.
Well, I don't think I think this is investors going over it constantly. I think every time it raises, it's going to raise more. It's going to be an exponential growth until it completely flattens.
Well, yeah.
It's
not in print, right?
So you think the exponential? So you're saying that what your statement was exponential growth is going to continue
until it
flatlines.
Stops. Yeah.
So that means this could sell for, let's just, for argument's sake, my number, because it was obviously the best, 420,000. It sells for 420. Then you're saying the next one could go up to 600.
Yeah.
Because until it goes, this is its ceiling. Because that's exponential growth, right?
But
it
then
keeps going until it hits its ceiling.
Have we not already seen that?
No, I'm not saying you're wrong.
Yeah, but that's what I'm
just
saying.
trying to point out what
when
you're
we've
saying.
looked on Pokemon Price and we've looked at Neo Destiny, Neo Genesis, when we've looked at gym sets and stuff, they don't do this. They do this. They go whoop boing.
Well, yeah, and then down again, then up again. You know? But I think
and if this is still on the up, it's still on the up.
Then Logan has affected it, right? Like to some extent, surely, because he can't not have because you know.
But I don't think it's anywhere near. I don't think it's anywhere near 50%. I think it's like 10%, maybe. I think the only thing that he's done is got more people looking at Pokemon as an investment. I don't think he's put eyes on just the Charizard. Base set first edition, yes, but not just the Charizard.
I think that's just bad product.
Anyone
looking at the
guys, what I'm hearing is these two backpedaling to hell because they've just realised Logan Paul has had a major impact because he's opened two of them. Base set first
I don't think this one had anywhere near as much of an effect on the market as the first box.
No, I don't. I
agree with that
less
too.
of an overall market effect, but on this damn card, he's gone on there and said it's the most expensive card. He's put it onto his thing. I think for this card, he's had a major impact for the overall market.
But that wasn't the question though. I agree it's had a major impact, right? But if Logan Paul, but let me ask you this then: if Logan Paul didn't exist, would this card have still gone up?
Yeah.
I don't know. I honestly, I
can't say I don't know. I could have said I don't know to your question.
I don't know. I'm going to sit on the fence because I don't want to answer a question.
All right. So the last one was $250,000. Would it have gone up if there was no Logan Paul video? Yes, it would have gone up. Yeah, it would. I reckon. Yeah. I just think it's had. I think
but it has helped.
Saying I think you said your guys are saying it's less than 50% impact. I think it's a big impact because he's had less of an effect overall on the market. But if it sells for this price, I think for those specific cards, I think he's bought 6 of the damn boxes.
If you're asking, because there's two different questions that, you know, I'm very literal. You're asking, did Logan Paul affect the price of this card? If you would have asked me if that stream affected the price of the card, I'd answer differently because I don't think it's Logan. I think it's the fact that it wasn't collectors buying the packs. Because listen,
that's part of it.
It wasn't collectors buying the packs. It was businesses. I think the fact that more businesses are getting involved, more like, oh, I've got a hedge fund, they're getting involved. Like, I think it's that influence that is adding just more fuel to the fire. Because every time you go on Instagram, you see someone with like, oh, I've got $1 million in cash that I sit on as a sofa. All of that whole scene is adding to this, and I get bored of it very quickly because I don't care about your money.
No, I know you don't, and that's what. But what I'm trying to do is for the people who do, and for the people who care about the influence he has, I am just trying to point out. I personally feel like he's had a much last time he had a major impact. Maverick. He had a major impact on the market last time. Yeah. I think this time he's had a more focused impact on those particular cards because he sold the box for $1 million. He pulled 2 more, massive marketing. He's got 5 more to go, so people would go, that means he's going to open at least 4 more. Like,
sorry, I've just seen on the screen a PSA 5 sell for $8,000.
Yeah, and that's still less than that. That's still less. Sorry, that's more than when I was going to buy my 9 at $5,000. And I remember saying to Laura, I could buy 2 of these. I should probably buy 2 of these for the future. But no. But I was looking at this because I think is the last sale $250K? I thought it was more than that of a 10.
Sorry, the last one I know of. I don't know what.
I got you. Yeah.
No, the last one at 10 sold for
$350. That's $1,000. Ooh.
Did it
it's
sell
gone now, though?
It's
gone now.
I don't like bringing up this name. You reckon better. But didn't Charlie buy his for like $300? Didn't Logic pay over that as well?
I thought Logic paid $180 with the buyer's premium taking it up. I think the buyer's premium took it over. Let me just search this now.
Because I thought
Logic
maybe I'm just getting the wrong 100,000 in my head. But I thought this was expensive.
I've tried to get my facts right, and I've obviously got the last sale price wrong. But
I think Charlie paid $250K. I think.
I was going to say because that was a big boy, right?
Logic paid here, look, 183,000, but that was not what he paid. That's what it sold for. That's not what he spent, if you know what I'm saying. Because
because the buyer's
premium.
However much.
Yeah, I'm not sure what it doesn't say here, but I know it did take it over 200. I
was going to say, I thought it was like quite a common thing for this card to be like over $250,000.
Yeah, maybe it is. Maybe it is. I all I'm trying to say is like there's a.
Yeah, your point still stands. Your point still stands.
Yeah, point still stands. Like I don't know the exact I don't follow this card. I don't own it, unfortunately. So, but what I'm trying to say is that
you've got one upstairs.
Yeah, the price has increased exponentially, like you said.
Yeah.
And also Logan Paul has done this big video on that specific card. It's the one he got mad excited about.
I want to know, has the 10 Illustrator sold yet? Because that thing is like magic. Like that's nowhere, right? The 9 traded for like $900,000 worth or whatever.
Yeah.
And I've always said that'll be the first card to hit $1 million, and I've said it will hit $1 million this year. So I want to know if I'm going to be right. Because 900,000 for the 9. Yeah, but it hasn't. It doesn't count. If it hasn't sold, it doesn't count.
It's got that value, right?
Yeah, but it doesn't count if it hasn't sold.
But
it doesn't count. If Audi release the R8 2 and it's worth $1 million,
that's a stupid name.
Yeah, I know, it's a really shit name. R16. They go, it's $1 million. And they don't sell any. It's not worth $1 million. Like it has to sell for it to be worth something. Buyers demand the price, right? Or buyers dictate the price. Sorry.
I have to see. The only way to find out is if it's just for someone to list one and for someone to
Isn't there one on eBay for like $5 million or something? Hasn't Scott?
Probably Scott's, yeah.
Yeah.
You know what's funny?
Some ridiculous number.
I love looking at these people. So like Scott or PokeRev who lists all his boxes, or Gary who lists.
Price.
You know, when they go. What I've loved is over the years seeing them increase it because.
Yeah.
What's funny is that the price that we saw back in the day of all of Gary's like 150 Charizards and 10s or whatever they are is now actually affordable. Well, not affordable, but it's actually worth it now. So they keep like changing it. I remember Scott had 2 PSA 10s, Umbreon and Espeon Gold Stars, and I looked at it and thought, I'd love to get them. I can't afford it. It's not worth it, but I'd love to get them. And now like 15K for both of them in a 10, you jump on that if you can afford it.
Illustrator.
Illustrator.
What's bigger, the market cap for the Illustrator Pikachu or the market cap for the Illustrator Charizard Grand Prix?
It's coming up with loads of the Charizard Illustrators.
Yeah, it's coming up with these. Look,
the guy's name's Pikachu. I don't know if you're a real Pokemon fan, but
no, I thought it would just come up.
Proxy cards. Search PSA because it's gonna be a.
Oh my!
I don't think there's one available, man.
There is.
Is he taking it down?
Scott has one up all the time. Oh, it might only be on eBay.com.
Oh.
My boy
is he just called SM Pratt? Hold on, then let me go.
Yeah, he is on eBay.com. Yeah. But this is what I find so ridiculous because there are still things that even Logan couldn't go out and get easily if he wants.
3 mil.
PSA 9.
And this was 900K at one point, right? So he's like, oh, let me just pump that up in case someone comes and buys it.
Because you could buy it now for 900,000. Like if you had 900,000, I mean, like people who, because people know it's worth at least that. It traded.
He's got no intention to sell this card.
Like, of course,
that's the point.
And also the importance to him as a commentator.
Yeah.
In his natural place as a leader in this field, he needs to own that card.
And the trophy cards, like the stuff that he's always been like, this is the backbone of expensive Pokemon. If he gets rid of it, he looks like an idiot.
Well, yeah. Well, the value would probably go down. Like if you're he is the reason those cards are so expensive. He's the reason we even know about them, right? Like because I wouldn't give a toss otherwise if it wasn't for him giving us that information and all of us collectors.
I want to see more Scumbag Prat videos. I love Scumbag Prat videos.
Yeah, I think they're really good fun. Yeah. And to be fair, he makes really good, valid points in those videos. And I like the less serious ones. I referenced, the video with the Lamborghini and me with the watches and the cards. Like, I like doing that video because it was just taking the mick a bit. And sometimes we forget that we can have a bit of fun.
You could do a video like that, just showing off your collection.
I did show a little bit of my collection on that.
Yeah, that was good. That was nice to see,
saying, I'm saying that most people would think it was a piss take now if you just showed off your collection. Because, like, things that were just normal collection pieces now, like Shining Charizard First Edition, it's like gold dust. It's so hard to acquire that.
Well, that's the thing as well. And when you're speaking of investors now buying the Charizard, the first edition, you're now speaking of like actual investors, hedge fund guys. When you speak about investors in Pokemon, it's nowhere near as severe or as sincere as those investors, right? I think like that's where the line gets blurred a lot. People will talk about the money coming into Pokemon, like myself, etc. It's like, well, I'm not an investor in Pokemon. I just buy cards and they go up. I buy cards for a lot of money and I like them. I like the value of them, but I'm not here like honestly buying. I'm not doing this to like invest.
Yeah.
No, I don't have a graph. I might have a graph of like I might show Pokemon price on my videos, but I don't sit here every day like looking at it. Like, of course I want my card to go up in value. Of course I buy cards and I sell cards. That's different to like actual investment. And even people like Jake Pokenomics who are investing, they're still not taking it as. I mean, maybe he is taking that serious. I don't want to take his intentions out of it, but
it's not
he's still a collector, right? It's not, it's a hobby. It's still
enjoys Pokemon. Yeah. He still has an interest in Pokemon. If he was a pure investor, he wouldn't be doing his videos, right?
No.
Like he wants to share what he has seen, the trends, and that's fine. Like I have no disagree. Like it was always my opinion when I bought my cards, these will only go up in value.
So
it's always my opinion. Always.
You're not investing like Warren Buffett levels of millions of pounds. You know what I mean? You were going, I'm going to do my Sainsbury's night shifts, earn whatever the normal wage for a night shift at Sainsbury's is.
Not much.
And I mean, you worked 3 nights a week, was that right?
Yeah.
And like that's the money you put into Pokemon. You didn't go, can I have a small loan of $1 million, please, to start this up?
You should have given it him, Tom. Yeah, you should have.
You scalper. You've got millions of dollars.
Well.
But then we look back.
Problem is, it's dollars. I can't spend it here. So, yeah.
But then they look back, and if you did invest seriously like that hedge fund type style, you would have won massively. Like how many times could you look back now, Connor, and regret? Not regret, but think, oh, I wish I didn't do that, or I wish I bought more of these. We could all do it.
Yeah.
Just hindsight, I wish I bought the Charizard when it was $5,000 at PSA 9. Well, tough, you didn't. I wish we could be back at times when standard at PSA was 45 days. Well, tough, it's not.
Yeah.
So what are we going to do?
5-year-old me had bought all the base up booster boxes that I could find at retail.
Yeah, and don't. That's why Gary is so where he's at, because he bought those cards. He bought those first edition Charizards for $100 a piece in abundance. Back then, he did that. That's what he did. We didn't.
And I bet his wife was close to battering him at some point.
Well,
because that's the thing, isn't it? Like, everyone's hobbies are a bit weird, and you're going to invest in your hobby, whether it's like a little bit because you want to enjoy it. Like, for example, I like ice skating. I invest in good skates. Not to return on money, but to enjoy the hobby more. You invest in Pokemon cards to enjoy the cards that you can actually have. You don't just have to look at them on a screen then. You can have them in front of your face.
Yeah. And we are in this business now with Laura, and this is something that's going to hopefully pay for our life in the future. We'll get a house one day or get this one day, and it's like, right, this business. When we have kids, this will pay for it, right? But I'm not there saying, Laura, let's go and spend £30,000 on these cards because I think they're going to go up. I'm not doing that. I'm running a business, but I'm not doing that. When the day I do that, I'll probably start to worry, because at that point, I'm not going to put my savings. I'm not going to put actual money banking on. Yeah. I buy stuff for my collection still now. Of course I do, because I want it in my collection. Will it go up? Hopefully. Do I care? Yeah. But but if it does drop, I have to deal with the consequences. All right, we're back. So for some weird reason, my computer just all screens went black, and we feared for the worst. And I thought that they would have blown up and died, but they didn't.
What are you doing?
Thank goodness.
I don't know what I meant. I was oh, okay. I was like, mental. I don't know what Connor's actually doing.
All the blame.
Yeah, that's what I was doing. I was being like,
oh, okay, yeah, no, yeah, my computer just fried. I mean, I'm gonna finally divorce from Streamlabs OBS and move to OBS because Streamlabs is so bad. But thankfully the file still works. Like, usually when OBS closes, it's gone, but it still works. So thank goodness, because it was a good podcast. We spoke about a lot of things, and
I think we should call this podcast Ranty Episode 8.
Rant off.
Rant off. Yeah.
We
poke rant.
You need a channel.
That's what this podcast is, right? That's what we do here. Though we just come here and just hate, well, not hate, but just
let's be honest.
Chat shit and just we use it as therapy, just therapy to get through the week.
Get everything, all the crap of the week.
These guys don't see the third camera angle, do they? It's just a person with a notepad, just making notes on us, analysing us.
Yeah, but it was fun. I think, and again, you can't re-record these things, can you? You can't re-record them because it's like your opinion at the time. I filmed a video the other day where I started filming, right? Laura called me, so I muted my recording so that my editor wouldn't hear what I'm saying. Finished the call, decided, I'll just start again because I hadn't opened any packs yet. I'll just start again. Stopped recording, press record again, and because my display was over the audio mixer, I didn't notice that I hadn't unmuted it. And it was my first box of battle styles where I fill in my binder and mark off everything I've got. And I was like, out of all the videos, like, why was it that one? Like, why was it that one? But yeah,
sucks.
Did you go back and refilm it, pretending that you'd not done any of that?
No, I just said, like, look, I filmed it before. Here are a few clips of what I pull. Let's just say we opened 2 boxes. But
that's fair enough. That's fair enough.
Yeah.
We had our biggest mistake with that was our first ever attempt at a podcast.
Oh, no.
So virtual
What happened,
audio
Tom?
cables didn't record like they were meant to, so we didn't have any audio.
Yeah, and I had to tell my hero that we'd stuffed it up.
Oh,
Pokemon Master 556.
Yeah,
I remember you told me
Pokemon
before. Yeah,
That
Yeah, you
sucked.
totally screwed that up, man. It's your fault. But anyway,
Yeah,
it's still in a good place now.
Yeah. Now we just blame Randolph when something goes wrong. So.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, but it's always my fault. Actually, it is.
Your
Hopefully
computer,
we can
man.
do this every week now, though, right? So
Yeah, hopefully we're back now.
Get back
I
into a
mean,
rhythm.
Yeah, again, like you guys are just swamped. And to be fair, I had a bunch of things going on as well where I was like, you know what, I'm not mad. It's not, So yeah.
Exactly.
But what were we speaking about? I don't even know what it was. I guess that's done now, isn't it? We'll just end the podcast now.
I think so.
Yeah, maybe
We've
a
talked
guest
about
next
you
week.
having a feud. We've talked about Charizard being expensive,
Yeah.
like we do every week. We haven't talked about some of the new sets and stuff, but we can save that for next week.
Yeah, Matchless Fighters is out now. Pokemon.net. Chilling Rain is the next one. That's an awesome name, right? And also the logo looks awesome.
Yeah,
that's the one that's got all the alt in. Wait, Connor, have you seen
Rain?
True, it's REIGN, like
Yeah, it's
the king.
like the Rain.
Yeah.
Of King. Yeah.
Connor, have you seen the new alt arts?
Connor
It's
hasn't seen
Tyranitar,
anything,
yeah.
mate.
Okay, I'm getting it up just because you have to see.
Connor
these.
doesn't even know what Gen 3 Pokemon are.
I wish this rumor would leave me. It's not true.
Name 5 Pokemon from Gen 4.
Well, that's not fair.
I want to find these alternate arts because you have
Tepig.
to see these.
Tepig's part of Gen 4. He is, isn't he? Stuffle.
Tepig's Gem 5.
Randolph there.
Chimchar.
Give me one from Gen 4, and I'll probably be.
He
able
said
to-
one.
Chimchar,
Yeah.
yeah. Infernape.
Oh, stop naming 2. What are you doing, man? You've given 40%.
Sorry.
Matchless
but
Fight
I
is
want-
secret race,
After
that's what I'm
Gen
looking
3, they
for.
just turn on to the same gen. That's the problem.
I don't think that's true.
Well, they do in my. They just go.
Which
Gen
one
1,
is
Gen 2,
Colossal from?
Gen. This was the latest one.
Which is
8.
Yeah. So that's
Yeah.
not true. So you just
Where are they?
disregarded
Hold
your
on.
own argument. What was the legendaries from Gen 4? You should know that.
Well, it's not my favourite ones, is it?
No. But you should know what they are.
The Arceus, Dialga, and Palkia.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got it.
There you go. And the other one?
The little Jirachi, maybe.
Giratina. Well, Giratina. If you want to. Anyway, I don't know why we're just waffling. I think we're waiting for Randolph to find some alternate
I'm on the
arts.
wrong page. I'm being a boomer. I was on the wrong page on.
To be fair, you are a boomer.
Bro, I'm gonna stream this to you guys. Can you just help me out? I'm
What's the matter? Are you being a bit out of touch?
yeah. Yeah, I am. The panic of losing the files potentially. Oh, hold on. Now your face is. Oh gosh.
Oh, our faces, our beautiful faces. What have you done with them? What have you done with them?
Can you tell me where the secret rares are from Matchless Fighters?
No.
There you go.
There you go. Right there, mate.
Wait, is this gonna include the secrets?
Don't know. You're showing us.
Bro, what am I doing, man? I'm losing.
Boomer Randolph. Boomer
You gotta understand. A minute ago,
Control F. Control F.
There we go. Here we go.
There we go.
Listen, guys. What happened was that the
Wow.
disaster of essentially losing the podcast really hurt me and got to me. Anyway, so these are the full arts and the secret rares and the alternate arts from Matchless Fighters. Okay,
Dance Dance
sick.
Revolution
That
Blaziken.
is sick. So
that Blaziken's really nice. Yeah.
Yeah.
then you got Dinosaur on the toilet.
Oh,
Is it
you
Galarian
know.
Articuno? That's the alternate art. The
They
alternate
look
art, Galarian Articuno.
I like these.
Galarian
Zapdos.
Zapdos.
Big roasted chicken. And roasted chicken going up
He's
there.
gangster, man.
It's like Roadrunner, right?
cool.
And then you ready?
Yeah.
Full up, Glory Moltres.
The Red Phoenix. Oh!
Yeah, this is the card you want to get. This is the
Moon in the
most
background.
expensive. Big moon in the background. That's unreal though. Look at that. What a card.
That is
That's like a
pretty
Night
damn sick.
Phoenix.
That's
I'm going to call that
as
the
well.
Night Phoenix.
Yeah.
Nah.
That sounds like you're a
Stoking.
little bit over it.
Look at this.
That's pretty sick though, to be fair.
That's
I like
Chimera
that.
as well. Yeah.
Wow. Yeah, that artwork's very unique.
Looks a little bit LSD. That's how I'd describe it.
Pretty cool.
Full
Pretty
art.
cool. Wow.
Wow.
Oh,
Wow.
look at the
That's
colours
sick,
on
yeah.
that.
That kind of looks like it was
Ultimate
drawn
RV
by a 5-year-old, but I also really like it.
Artistic
Yeah.
5-year-old though.
Yeah.
Yeah,
No,
yeah.
I mean like crayons.
Snorlax.
Hey, it's Big Frank.
It's
Yeah,
cool.
so Matchless Fighters is going to be a good set, and obviously also the Chilling Rain, which this will contain, rhyme, will be sick. It's going to be sick. But
Yeah,
I opened a whole case of this and didn't get one
Scalper.
alternate art. Yeah,
One?
Yeah,
You can get one.
didn't get one. Yeah, sad.
Yeah, you don't always get an alt art.
That's disappointing.
You get one hyper rare per box, right?
Yeah, but
But
I
if
opened a whole
you want
case.
to go and
I
get
opened,
one-
I opened 12
Yeah.
boxes.
What? You opened a whole case and you didn't get
yeah.
one?
To
All
12
arts are rare,
secrets
man.
and none. Yeah, they're hard to get. But then my friend Braish Gaming got the Moltres on his first pack, and then Poke Guardian, well, Lugia, Primal Lugia got the Blaziken on the first pack.
That's nice. To be
Smashed
fair.
it.
That is fit.
Wait, and then I think he got
That
another one. He
just
got another
tells me
alternate
they're
art.
better
Yeah,
at it.
then he got this on the second box. Then he got this the second box. Can't believe it. But
That
I
just
gotta
tells me
open
they're
more.
better at opening packs than you,
You
bro.
should defo go to
I know.
Japanese collecting though. If you're getting annoyed with English card collecting, like
Yeah,
go to
yeah.
Japanese, like because that stuff is just as fun. You still have chase cards, like
Mhm.
and
You
it's
get them first.
quite inexpensive. Yeah, it's quite inexpensive, and you know
Yeah.
what? It's still got a lot of fun. You can still play the.
I
chase
really
moves.
enjoy opening tag.
You
All
loved
Stars.
it.
Mm.
You were in here laughing your head off.
Yeah, I mean that's
Yeah.
what we did. We did that. We actually we moved to we start with Japanese
Oui,
to around
oui.
poker, and we got more of it just because like we couldn't get anything else, you know. But I think supplies are starting to improve. I think it's getting better.
So.
It's the first sign that it is. So it might just be like an anomaly, but let's see.
Let's,
Let's
see.
But yeah, thanks for watching, everyone. It's been a good podcast today. Thanks, guys, for joining us again, and we'll see you next week with a guest.
Yes, we will.
We
100%.
definitely
Hopefully.
will.
See you then. Bye.